Alright, this is Only Mans, and I am Seth.
I'm Jeremy.
I'm Jake.
I'm Brad.
Enjoy the podcast.
We live.
Oh my.
Live, motherfucker, right at Castle Bears.
Live
from Castle
Live,
Bear.
edited live.
Did you see them all scuttle out really quick when we pulled up?
Shoot,
Mm.
man. I
Like-
made sure they went out the back door.
like roaches with the lights on?
All of them holding their bras and panties.
Gotta make sure they get them all when they leave.
Can't be no evidence left.
Yeah.
His queen might see it.
No, his queen permits it. That's the best part of his queen.
His queen permits it?
His queen permits it.
She doesn't have the power to give you permission of anything.
She wants to be a sister wife.
Listen, if I even had a queen, you guys would know. I'd be like, yeah.
When's the next time? When you getting married, bro?
When are you getting married?
You know that shit ain't going down.
Why?
I can't handle
If
it.
anyone in this room is going to get married, it's going to be you.
Oh damn.
Shit.
Anyway, Jake got some topics for us today.
How was your vacation, Jake?
Oh yeah, I didn't talk about it.
Yeah, you didn't.
I thought I was already, had that out in the air. It's been a minute. It was pretty good. I went to that Pirate Voyage place and I had the best fucking seats, like on the floor. The people were like 4 feet in front of me, so it was pretty cool. But they were too close. I didn't like being that close. I was like, oh, they can see me look at everything. Like, who should I look at?
Yeah, you ain't said nothing about this at all, man.
I
Like
forgot
you
all
sent me
about
the
it.
picture, and it's like, oh, I'm gonna do this, and then never heard a word about it.
It was cool. It was kind of expensive though. The food wasn't good, sadly, and the show was good though. I'm trying to think.
Was it funny?
No, it had I think 2 funny parts in it.
So it's not a comedy
Oh,
thing?
they were doing like acrobat shit. Like they had like some like poles, and dude, there's this one dude that climbed up one, and he jumped off and grabbed the other pole just with his arms, and he was hanging straight out like planking.
That's some
This is
fucking
the-
core strings
Yeah,
right
this-
there,
it looked
bro.
This
crazy.
is the craziest gay bar I've ever heard of.
Pirates of Voyage.
Nikki had the time of her life.
And then I think it was just one of them. It might have been all of them, but like the dudes there, they fucking work out because like they were on the pole thing, climbing up and jumping around like
Did they have their
monkeys.
shirts off?
This is a
No.
high class gay bar.
And they flipped upside down on it, and then they slid all the way down like this 20-foot pole, and right before they got to the bottom upside down, they stopped with like their legs.
Dude, this is for women.
At what point did you nut?
But I mean, it's fucking gymnastics. I
is-
thought it was comedy. I really
it was like
did.
a show. I don't know.
That was
it wasn't
that was
really
my thinking.
comedy. Like I said, it had like 2 funny moments I can remember.
How high up were they?
They were like 20 feet
So
up.
if they would have fell, they would have had to stop the show. Would you have kept eating?
I mean, I'm there.
That would have been the funniest part.
Yeah, I think it's part of the show.
Careful, this is the splash zone.
Hey,
The bones out of his knee.
the picture he sent me looked pretty badass. The way they had the stage and then the water around it. Wasn't expecting that. I thought it was awesome.
You know, this is going to sound stupid, but in my opinion, in my mind, when you said you were right there, I was imagining the high school auditorium. Like you in the front row, and they were just running around this little stage.
Nah, dude, they were like literally 5 feet in front of me. It was a weird like setup because like they had a platform and then there was water all around it. And they were jumping off like the top of these like ships they had, and they were going underwater. Like they had these chicks like dressed up as like mermaids and shit doing tricks and stuff. They had I think it was a seal. What's the other fucking thing?
It's a seal.
Otter. I don't know. I think it was a seal. Either way, it was like doing tricks. That was the funny part in it because it was like a part of the show.
Was it real?
Yeah, it was real.
Oh, okay.
And it was part of the show. But the pirate guy, Blackbeard, he was like, "Oh, you're stealing from me," like talking to this gypsy chick. And
Oh,
ding, ding, ding,
fucking
ding, ding.
racist.
You gotta edit that out.
That's
Dude,
racist.
That's 2
Whoa.
things actually because you're wearing that damn shirt again.
Yeah.
Cultural appropriation.
Either way, that's what they referred
Gypsies.
to her as during a show.
We were on two different mindsets there of like the image that popped in our head. You were thinking like a high school auditorium. I was thinking of a way to like put like a peg leg joke in there about him getting fucked in the ass by a peg leg. That's what I was trying to work my way around to.
Well, I mean, you probably imagine that a lot. So.
I mean, hey, like he says pirates. I'm like, that's probably what he likes.
Vicky don't want their sex life out there, okay?
But anyway,
Peg leg like a dildo.
the guy that was Blackbeard, he was like, the chick was stealing like gold or whatever, and he's like, you know what we do to thieves here? And then like they looked at the seal.
We fuck them.
Yeah.
This is my fault.
This is why I don't talk to you about anything.
Oh, man.
But it's like, what do we do to thieves around here? And then the seal was like slapping its ass, and he's like, I don't spank you or something. Like, it was funny. And it was just like making noises and shit and sliding around. Those things can fucking move. Like, as
So
big as
how
they
does
are.
the food go? Like you order it before you watch the
No,
show?
you don't even order it. It's just
Oh, they just bring you. Everybody gets the same shit.
yeah.
Oh,
Uh,
fuck
you can
that.
order
I
on-
don't want that.
You can order online or set up something. Someone there was like, yeah, I got the gluten-free, or someone Vicky knows went there and they were like, we picked the gluten-free one because it had like better stuff, but it wasn't, I didn't like the
What'd
food.
you eat? What was it?
It's like potato soup, which I didn't eat, a biscuit, I ate that.
You're like, what's wrong?
No, I'm like, where's the fucking food?
Oh, okay.
A piece of fried chicken, like a breast, half of a baked potato or potato. It wasn't good. They didn't have like any like condiments and salt
where's
and shit.
where's the food?
Exactly. And then they brought something else out. I can't remember what it was. And then at the end, I got like a peach apple fritter type thing, you know. I don't know, like a cobbler. That was it. That was the food. And I was like, that is
You
want
want
to
to drop the price on this?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I was about to
Oh,
ask.
I think it was like $140 for,
Oh, for the two of you?
two of us.
How long was the show?
It was like an hour and a half.
And that's it? Just the show and the food?
Yeah.
$140? Oh.
I guess for the experience.
Yeah,
It was cool.
You
I
got
liked
to
it.
do
Well,
what you wanted to
$70
do.
a person and you get fed. That's not too bad, I guess.
I just wish the food was better. is
Yeah,
all.
you get you got fed a biscuit and half a baked potato. I can't even fucking talk.
Back potato.
A baked potato and a biscuit.
baby back potato
Yeah, I wasn't.
And you get fucked in the ass.
with a peg leg dildo.
There it was.
Word. Since we were staying up in Gatlinburg, we got the hotel, and that bed compared to my bed, it fucking hurt my back. Like I woke up and I felt sore as
Dude,
shit.
you got your bed shipped to you from like $5,000 RS mattress.
What'd
man.
you get? Did you get one of the what are those called?
Casper.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not the rest of us are rich and have Caspers, Jake.
This hotel definitely didn't have Casper.
Of
The
course it
pillows are
didn't.
shit, and so was the bed. I was
I
like,
have
God
a,
damn.
I have a
You're gonna have to start
$300
packing it
mattress
with
that
you.
came
Yeah.
in a box.
Me too. At Walmart.
Yeah, exactly.
That's my mattress.
What size is yours?
King.
Mine was a queen.
Yeah.
So there.
Brad got a queen.
It was like
Eight's got
$100
two.
cheaper. Damn comfortable mattress would be cheap though.
It's not bad. Jake heard so many podcasts. He's like, Casper, I'm getting me a Casper.
I did.
Those ads worked on you, bro.
It did.
You're part
I
of
was
the
like, I
problem.
need a new bed. What?
You're the reason that Hulu Live TV has so many
I
ads.
supported. I supported a podcast. I used their offer code and got.
It'd be
a whole
nice if some of you
$50 off.
fuckers would support our podcast. You know, give us some listens, some
I'll
likes,
support
some
us.
messages.
I don't
I'll
think
do all
calling them fuckers helps us, but sure.
Fuck you guys.
If we would stop dropping words like gypsy,
Oh,
Hey,
we
hey,
would,
hey.
get
Out of
more
context, that's
listens.
worse. This was a show.
No, you literally
Dolly
you said the
Parton said
gypsy
it was
woman.
okay.
That
Dolly
big
Parton-
nose gypsy thief.
That didn't say that.
That's what you said.
Dolly Parton said it was cool. Oh, speaking of the
She
show,
was dressed in rags, wasn't she?
they have a lumberjack show thing up there, and you get to see the show, and I guess you get to do the park too. They have like parks where you can zip line and do, I guess, the challenges they do. It looks pretty cool.
All right, so we'll talk about zip lines. I don't think I'm ever going to do one of them.
If there's a harness,
I'm not saying that it would not be fun because I'd love to do it, but get online. Those are the things that people fall off of all the freaking time.
I would get on one if it had a harness.
You know how many people? I think they all have harnesses, do they not?
That's what I thought.
Do you know how
the hanging
many?
ones?
Yeah, I won't do a hanging
No,
one.
I don't trust that.
Well, I mean, I know of 2 or 3 stories, you know, offline. One of them was off a podcast that we listened to, of guys falling 50 feet, smashing their legs, and then they can't fucking walk no more.
They
And
were
this
probably
happens,
doing something stupid.
No,
though.
this happens all the time.
Man,
Google it.
a lot of stuff breaks.
Google
Yeah,
it.
but if you Google it,
your
is
legs.
this like, I mean, Even if you found
lawsuit-
like 1,000 cases of that, that's still a small percentage.
It's big enough for me. I don't know.
The
There's something
percentage
about
matters,
it,
man.
Dude.
10%. You got a 10% chance of never walking again.
It's,
Is it worth trying?
These car wrecks happen all the time. I'm never driving. I'm not getting in one of them death traps.
Okay, well, you
It's a
go
good
do the zip
analogy.
line. Go do the zip line, Jake.
I will do the zip line.
when?
With you.
No,
Yes.
I don't want to do it because of that.
I don't want to ride a Ferris wheel. I don't want to do this.
I don't want to
slingshot.
ride a ferry wheel. You're
I
right.
don't want to zip line. I don't want to have sex with women.
That's not his choice. Is
Oh.
that all you did on vacation?
Yeah, pretty much. Nothing crazy. Just relaxed. Watched a
No,
bunch of movies.
no.
The lumberjack thing
Actually,
sounds cool.
What about that thing you put on Facebook? That post.
Oh,
About
the
while
movie?
while Jens was on vacation, that you laid in the bed and you did some stupid
Oh,
fucking
the
board game
detective thing?
Yeah, you
Dude,
couldn't do that without your queen, could you?
No, it was fun.
You couldn't have done that with Brad.
I could have done it with
Eh,
Brad, but he wasn't there.
Oh, so you could have done it with someone else.
Man, I don't know if you've looked them up, but peg leg dildos are so expensive. Can't do it with me.
Did you guys cheat?
the
Did
love of my
you,
life.
did you Google it and like, how to figure it out?
You get hints or whatever. Like you go to the website, and if you need a hint or whatever, it can give you a hint. But I think we used one hint because the paper we were needing was like in a weird spot in the box, and we didn't even know it was there. And it was like, if you look in this spot, and I was like, okay.
That was the most beta post you've ever put up on Facebook.
I know.
You
I
know,
know.
yeah. You knew you'd get shit for
Yeah,
it. Didn't you?
I love my queen.
I've told Jake this already. You know how Dad was bugging me about putting the fence up for the dogs?
I heard.
Did he tell you?
Yeah.
Yeah, fucking just walk outside and he's bought the fencing and set it out my house.
This seems to happen with you a lot. Like if you talk to your dad about something that you want to do or thought you have, he's like, here.
You should be
Basically.
like, Dad, I'm gonna pay off my house. I'm really gonna pay off my house.
I mean, I'm thankful. It was like $400, I think is what you said.
That
He
ain't
spent on it,
bad.
so it wasn't bad. It's
Well,
not all
why-
the posts.
Why was I thinking $3,000?
Jesus, why were you thinking
Yep,
that?
I'm not kidding. I thought that's what was
It's
said.
like a utility fence, not like a chain link fence. If that makes sense.
I don't know. What's utility look like?
It's like squares, not the.
Oh, okay. Yeah, kind of like a farm. And
yeah, kind of,
I know
kind of
what
like
you're
that.
talking about. Yeah.
Anyways, he didn't get all the posts, but I just walked outside. There was 2 rolls of fucking fencing and half the posts I need.
So did you do it that day? Was he like sitting there like, dude, fucking get to work?
No, bro, I gotta research on you. I'm not just manly.
I mean, I
can't just-
understand that, but
Here's the tools. Here's the fence. Like I can't do that.
dude, if you walked outside, your dad's like, I bought it. Start putting it together. I'd be like, oh shit, I had plans.
Yeah,
today."
that's what sucks about that. Because then I gotta be like, hey, Dad, how about you show me how to do like a 6-foot section?
Did
and
he?
then no, I gotta do that, and then I can do the rest.
Oh, so you ain't even put none
No,
of it
that
up.
stuff's
Oh,
in
okay.
there.
Damn.
What would you do if you went outside and it was like your
Dude,
whole
I
house was
wouldn't-
already fenced
I
in?
wouldn't be fucking surprised, honestly, man.
It's to
He
be
was doing that.
expected.
I was fixing those holes in the bathroom, and he come over while I was doing it, and he's like, "Yeah, you just do that." And then he starts fucking doing it. He's like, "I'm sorry, here." He's like, "I'll take over," and then he continues to fucking do it.
You're giving him purpose.
Why are we gonna get sad?
I'm not trying to. I didn't mean it like
Why are you
that.
gonna kill the mood?
I didn't mean it like that, but like this is something for him to do. That's what he wants to do.
And his grandpups.
Yeah, that's that.
Does he say, I hate them dogs?
No, he likes the dogs. He brings them treats all the time. Actually, my aunt messaged me like something about a dog's getting sprayed by a skunk and what to do, and she was like, "Yeah, I figured you might like this since your dad won't shut up about the dogs."
Ask Jeremy what to do. He's been in that situation.
Throw them in the cage.
and,
for a whole year.
and then throw him off the bridge.
Get rid of them. Get
Throw
rid
'em
of
off the
them.
br- What do you mean, throw them off the bridge?
Throw your dog in a cage and throw it off the bridge.
Oh, yeah, into the lake.
He wouldn't
that
do
smell
that
will
to
come
you.
right out.
He knows you'd sink.
Dude, do you
Yeah, whisper.
remember- Do you remember when she got sprayed that time?
That's what I meant. You came in to work. You was so
I was pissed.
you was worried if you smelled like skunk.
Yeah.
I don't. Did you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did he a little
This
bit?
is this
Okay,
is
yeah.
what happened. I walked up to Jake and I was like, "Hey man, do you smell me?" And he like had to take a breath and he goes, "Oh, you got sprayed by a skunk, didn't you?" And I was thinking, "Oh, it took him a second to smell it, so maybe it's not that bad." As soon as I got that thought out, Vicky come out of some door and I could see it like in her face before she even said anything. She goes, "What the fuck?" I was like, "Whoa, oh no."
She does not hide or
No, she
sugarcoat
doesn't.
shit.
Who fucking stinks?
I don't think it was that bad, buddy. It was like barely noticeable.
Well, it was noticeable enough for me.
Well, me and Brad's nose don't work.
Yeah.
Like
Same.
I gotta.
I've got some special stuff over there if you need to borrow it.
Did the same
If they
thing
get
not
sprayed.
happen to you, Jake?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Oh God, man. Yeah.
I thought so.
You're supposed to let it dry, right?
Do you want me to pull up the fucking thing she sent?
Well, I see one, and it makes sense. You're supposed to let it dry and then put like baking soda or something on it, because if you get it wet, it takes longer to wear out.
I heard something
was,
like that.
It was
also.
something like that. Do not get them wet. Water seals the skunk oil secretion into the hair follicle, and your pet will smell for weeks or even months. Instead, make a paste with baking soda and shampoo or dish soap. Apply this mixture liberally onto your pet, dry, and then let it sit for about 30 minutes. Then it's okay to rinse it off.
She got that from Facebook.
Yeah, it was
I read it.
totally.
I don't think Beauty got like a full blast of it or something. I think it like went across her mouth, because when she come in, I was smelling it. Ugh.
I'd be
She
pissed
kept
too.
doing this.
Oh.
Man, the power was out actually, so I couldn't see nothing out there. There's usually street lights on, and the one time I couldn't see out there was a fucking skunk.
Well, it's not her fault. She couldn't see it either. She's
She's seen it. 'Cause as soon as I hooked her up, she took off, and immediately I just like, please don't be a skunk. And then I started smelling it.
Man, that sucks.
I'm gonna have to get that fence up soon, because having the dogs out, man, they keep catching whiffs of something, I don't know what, and then taking off in the woods. Like they're tracking
Do you not
something.
whoop their ass when they
Yeah.
do that? Okay.
Dude, I had to do that in the fucking. I got woke up. Was it the last day I was at work before today? Megan woke me up.
Last
She's like, the
month.
dog's been gone. Funny. The dog's been gone for like an hour.
I missed it.
I said
He's just-
last month.
Yeah.
Okay,
It
there
took me
it
a
is.
second. But she's like, the dog's been gone for like an hour and a half. I've been
Oh
looking
my
for him. And I'm like,
gosh.
what the fuck? So I had to walk like half a mile into the fucking woods calling for him, and I eventually walked closer to me.
Well, it's a
How
good thing
far
they
did
came
Megan
back.
look for them?
I'm
Like,
sure
at the end of the door in the living room. Dogs, come here.
At the
Brad, I
end
give
That's
up.
not my fault, baby. I'm sorry.
At the end of the porch.
You're fucking trekking through the woods for him. She's like,
I looked. I was asleep. I don't know.
Well, I was laying in bed and didn't see them.
Dude, even though I beat my dog's ass, she still runs right into the neighbor's yard right after anything she could have seen, possibly sniffed, whatever. She never.
I think
listens.
they're smelling deer, and then they're like going after them, which is dangerous because those deer will fucking go
They could.
forever, and the dogs will chase them for fucking ever until they like realize they're lost and tired.
If she gets loose, man, she's fucking gone. She's in any direction, and there ain't no catching her.
I mean, and it ain't like she ain't getting fed.
But no, she ain't. She's running. She's stupid. She's excited.
Not only that, having to go down the woods. Jake's been down those woods. It's not super steep, but it's a steep decline, right? So I had to carry these two dogs. Granted, they're probably both like 10 pounds each, but carry them all the way back
Oh,
up
yeah.
through the woods, like fucking trekking through grown-up brush.
Dude, do you remember, Jeremy, where we used to go shooting at?
Yeah.
Holy fuck, man. Coming back up that damn mountain.
That fucking campground thing.
Jeez, yes. I was thinking about that the other day. Like, you had to legit climb a dang mountain to get back up from where you went. Wasn't it like an old Boy Scout camp or
That's what
something
you
like that?
said. Yeah.
Yeah.
Were you a Boy Scout
memories.
once?
Nah.
Was anybody here?
No.
I was
Wow.
a Cub Scout.
Okay, I thought she was going somewhere with
No,
that.
I was a Cub Scout
Nope.
for like a year or something.
If Beauty were to get loose and I lived next to some woods, I'd just be like, well, she's coming back or she ain't.
She belongs to the forest now.
The forest took her.
Yeah, well, she's a grown-ass dog. Mine are still puppies. I don't know if they'd make it back.
God, Brad, where are you?
Yeah. Fucking dumbasses.
Oh, something I was wanting to talk about was that Primal show and Naked and Afraid. I'm going to start with Naked and Afraid. You watch Naked and Afraid, right?
I've never watched it, but I know what it is.
Okay, I had to explain it to Brad.
You never watched it?
I mean, the title pretty much says it, but I've seen stuff of it, but I've never watched it.
I enjoyed it. I thought it was all right.
Where I finally got that Hulu Live TV. I've been binge watching a lot of stuff, and I watched a shitload of
Hold
Naked
on, wait.
and Afraid.
What? Excuse me, Alphas. Alphas, can I? Is it my turn? Can I
Dude,
speak?
I've talked so much today, like so much. Give me a break.
And we didn't get to talk that long.
Yeah, I know.
Did
I
I
got
just-
it all out in 2 hours.
Did I just watch you visibly refrain from again?
But yeah, we've been watching so much Naked and Afraid, and you know how they get to bring an item, like you know that much. Okay, they get to pick an item apparently, one item each, and usually it's like someone brings a machete or a knife, another person brings like a fire starter or a pot to boil water or something like that. This dude got on there, and this chick was like, "Oh yeah, I got a machete. What'd you bring in?" He pulled out fucking goggles. And he's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna catch fish underwater." And he goes out in the ocean for like maybe 2 minutes. He's like, "Fuck that, there's probably sharks." And he didn't use these goggles.
He threw them.
No, the chick fucking used them. The chick was like diving underwater with like a spear trying to get fish and shit.
Why does that remind me of somebody? You know, like, oh, this is what I brought and think it's such a fucking great idea. Chase, is that it?
I don't know.
This is what I'm gonna use, or like chopping down that tree. Chase, that's it.
Oh, it's my fucking, was it my machete or my hatchet?
Oh,
I don't remember which one it was, but yeah, he spent
This
like
is a
30
great
minutes.
idea, guys.
Dude, the disappointment on this woman's face though. She's like, "What'd you bring?" Like, hopefully a fire starter, right? And he's like, "No, I got goggles." Like, it was like, I would have been so pissed. Like, really, you fucking asshole.
Oh man.
The basis of the show is you guys survive like what is it, 21 days?
Yeah, there's 21. There's longer ones, but the first show is like 21 days. Which brings me to the question: do you think you could survive 21 days out in the wilderness, naked and afraid style?
With
I like how
I don't
you-
get a machete or nothing.
No, you get to bring one thing.
I like how Seth had this like duh face. Like,
Yes.
Well, I mean, he could just fast for 21 days and make it.
That's
You think
exactly
it's a
my
weight you
point.
want.
Yeah, exactly. 21 days. I mean, you're not unless you kill yourself, you're going to survive.
In
So
this
Jake's
show, a lot of
out.
people get what do you call it? Miserable because of the bugs and the cold and stuff.
Yeah, that's true too. They do get dropped off in places they have no fucking clue where they're at.
No,
Like
I couldn't do it.
deep woods, jungle, and then
Yeah, it's not our
Africa.
woods. Yeah,
it's rough.
with like real lions about.
I mean,
dropped
nobody
in
runs into
Brazil
'em.
with like I think it's more along the snakes and spiders and stuff that can bite you than the big wildlife. You know.
Yeah,
21 days. I mean, you just need water, food, and a place to lay around.
and a woman to take care of you.
I've watched some and a food stamp card. And you'll be all right.
We got $300 worth of groceries today. Yesterday, whatever.
Live like the king you are, Brad.
Hell yeah.
I grabbed that buggy. I pushed it for like half a second. I was like, "This is the most groceries I've pushed in a buggy." I was like,
he was struggling.
I was like, if I bought this, there'd have been like 2 boxes of something frozen,
That was
like
it.
some drinks.
But anyway, I've been
Anyways.
seeing on this Facebook page I've been following infographics or whatever.
I follow that too.
Yeah, it was this guy who was on there talking, saying it was like Navy SEAL training, and he was doing saying exactly what you're supposed to do in survival situations and comparing movies
Mhm.
and like if they were accurate or not. And he's like, first off, like there's a part where they talk about food. It's like you don't even have to worry about the food. Like you're going to survive without food. You'll be fucking fine. It's the water you cannot survive
Mhm.
without. So you can survive without food. I think it is like, I don't know, like 20 days or something along those lines.
I always
you
heard it
know?
was like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
It's also
but water
depends
you
on
can't
how much you weigh and how much body fat and muscle you got.
to lose.
Yeah, because your body will start using it.
Man, you've seen pictures and stuff and videos of people that's like been in concentration camps and stuff. They look like fucking skeletons
Mhm.
with skin pasted on them. And they lasted a while.
But isn't it something like 3 days without water?
Yeah, something
Yeah.
like that. Especially if it's hotter, it's probably less.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point, actually.
And depending on your diet before you even go into that, like you go into that just filled with like beer and like pop. Like,
Yeah.
man, you're gonna sleep. Like,
There was like
Hungover.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's
Yeah.
do it.
you're sweating out all the liquid you have in 10 minutes.
there was these guys that was on a boat and they had chewed on some. Oh, they had killed a bird, and to eat the bird, they was also drinking, like trying to drink the salt water somehow. I forgot, but anyway, it made them throw up, and then they threw up the food. It's like not only are you throwing up the food, but you're throwing up the calories you already had that was in your stomach to begin with.
Mm.
I don't know. It's pretty cool.
Have you watched Alone?
No, is it like the same thing?
It's one person up in like Alaska by themselves. And if I don't know if they survive like 30 days, they get so much money. I've
Hell yeah.
never watched it, but I've like Naked and Afraid, I've seen it.
Do they at least get to dress for Alaska?
They get, I don't know. They're not naked, that's for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, not in Alaska. they're
Well,
not.
that's why my point. Like the biggest problem is cold.
Yeah, they're done dead.
They just drop off.
I lost.
No one will win this.
Like hypothermia in 5 minutes if you're naked.
There's another guy on Naked and Afraid that me and Vicky were making fun of. He did the thing twice. Like the first time he did it, he's like a military dude or whatever, and like halfway through it, he has like his own camcorder. Each one does to do their own entries and stuff. And he was talking into it, and it was dark, so he had night vision on it, and he was crying, and he's like, "Today's my son's birthday. I missed it. I'm sorry. I wish I could be there. I hope you know I'm doing this for you." And I'm like, whatever. He comes on the show again and wins it again, but on day 20 of 21. Same fucking thing, pulls out the camcorder, and he's like, "It's my wife's birthday, and I missed it. I'm sorry." I'm like, damn, is he just doing this shit on purpose?
Yeah, that makes me think that the producers were like, "Hey, that shit got views.
Yeah.
Do it again."
Oh yeah, you know what? You're up.
Yeah.
I didn't even think of that.
It was funny to me though.
It really humanizes you. It gets our ratings up.
But my biggest issue with this show is like people get on there and they're like, "Oh, I can survive. I know how to make fire, shelter, and all this." And like every single person on there doesn't know how to make a fire. Like even with a fire starter, they have problems. They're just like, "I don't understand." And I'm like, "You were just showing like clips of you doing this, and it just irritates."
It's one
the fuck out of
thing
me.
doing it in like your backyard whenever you're relaxed and you got
Yeah.
everything you need. But if you're like actually in the woods and you need it, pressure's going to be a little bit harder.
But I like
right.
fire starter, like one of those magnesium things.
Yeah, they've had that, and there was one that like clicks. I don't know how it works. Like it just sparks itself.
I was thinking of like the magnesium bar that you just fucking like scrape and it
You
sparks.
can pick whichever fire starter because I've seen both.
Dude, you want to know true depression? Laying out there in the, like, I know you've seen this watching the show, is like when they don't have fire and they're laying there in piss pouring rain and they're just sitting there, nothing to do. It's muddy and you're just getting pounded on by rain.
Mm-hmm.
That's depression.
They can't get under anything.
Well,
Their
I mean,
shelter sucks.
Yeah.
And most
You
of
know
the
what
time,
I
they
mean.
don't do a good job with it.
Sit there for 24 hours straight in the rain.
And it's cold. It's like 48
Yes.
degrees.
Let's say you got dropped into, let me think about this.
While he's thinking about that, there was this torture thing. Anyway, where you can like lay there, and this has been scientifically tested, and like this one drop of water goes right on your forehead. Drop. It's supposed to make you go fucking insane.
That makes me think of Loki.
It was a torture thing.
That reminds me of something I heard the other day, man. It was some kind of torture thing that, fuck. I don't even remember who did it. I don't remember if it was a cult or something, but they tied this kid up and they had a hammer coming down and it was hitting him in the head,
Damn.
but it wasn't hitting him hard. It wasn't hard enough to kill him. It never did any damage. It just made him go fucking crazy.
It makes sense because it has to be insanely irritating.
You just reminded me. There's this fucking like video that I seen a long time ago, and it was like about a spoon. This guy got cursed, and this fucking Grim Reaper looking dude was coming after him, and he was the only one that could see him. No one else could see him. He was like invisible, and he chased him around with a fucking spoon, and he would hit him like just hard enough to like irritate him. And he, like by the end of it, he had bruises all over his body. And they're like, "You're doing it to yourself. You're crazy." They're like, "You're doing it to yourself. There's no such thing." And he's like, "Explain these." And he had like marks on his back to where he couldn't hit. Like he was like a bigger dude. And he's just like running away from this dude. And he's just slapping him in the back with a fucking spoon.
Was it like a regular spoon or like an old wooden ladle?
I think it was a ladle. No, I don't remember. I think it was a metal spoon. But it was just like, "Oh, please stop."
That's
I'm
hilarious.
gonna have to show you.
Or
I'm
you-
gonna put that on the page.
Where you mentioned the Loki thing, I agree. It made me think of that.
Yeah,
like-
the acid or
Snake venom. Yeah.
Yeah.
Norse mythology.
If you were on, I don't want to say Naked and Afraid, but something like that, and you got put out in like the California wilderness where all the redwood trees and stuff were, what would you do? What would your first thing be? What item would you pick?
God, man, I don't know. I feel like I could start a fire without a fire starter.
How?
Rubbing wood and shit together.
Oh
I
my
think,
gosh.
I've done it before, but it's fucking hard. And it
How
took me
long
like,
did it take
like
you?
30 minutes straight. Of
I
doing
feel
it.
like that ain't even long enough. I thought
I mean,
like
it was
2
also like
hours.
hot outside, so it was like I had help. You know,
Well, I'm imagining it being hot, but if anything's wet, you're fucked. But anyway, I think I could, with like enough friction, get a fire started. Hopefully, I know by then. But probably a machete so I could chop shit down.
I cannot wait till Kerwin hears this episode. This part right here.
I was thinking.
He will laugh.
Yeah. He's like idiots.
Yeah.
Life straw or nothing.
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
We've
though.
got him.
Yeah, but one item. What would you? That's what I'm thinking, right? One item is
Skip
that
to brag
one item?
because I have no clue.
The first thing that popped in my head was tent.
tent?
Yeah.
some
Yeah.
some sort of shelter.
Yeah, some sort of shelter, so a tent.
Am I naked?
No.
He's like underwear for sure.
No. No, I talked to Jake about this shoes. If I'm naked,
That's
I
a
want
good
fucking
point.
shoes,
That's
man.
a good fucking
I
point.
didn't even think of that.
Yeah.
You're like you are now, just regular
Uh,
dressed.
man.
Nothing will make you feel demasculated like walking on gravels barefooted.
Yeah, just like ow! I can't get nothing done.
You just lay there, feel like a giant pussy. Fuck my feet.
I guess a fire starter because I'm gonna want to boil the water I find, and that would probably be my biggest thing.
How would you boil that water?
What, by starting a fire?
Yeah,
Yeah, but
rubbing
what
it,
do you
rubbing
put
the
the water
sticks
in?
together.
Rubbing up sticks together,
Yeah.
in an acorn, and I can take a sip.
What the fuck is with you and hollow things? Where you
I
were
don't know
going?
how to answer that.
I don't either. It's like, I'd find a smoothed out rock that kind of looked like a bowl, and then I'd put it on the thing. And
Hey, okay, I would take that smoothed out rock and I'd just keep going until it's a fucking bowl.
You could do that if you could find a rock to hold anything. I was Googling this shit because I was like, I want to know how to make a fire and boil water without a pot. Like, what do you do? And there's a couple of things like dig a hole in clay or something that's
I've seen that.
Oh yeah,
Get
I've seen
whole
stuff
water.
like that. That's cool.
get your fire and have rocks in there and then like get the rock out and put it in that hole with the water and it'll boil it if it's hot enough.
Or just find moving water.
That's something that doesn't make sense on Naked and Afraid because a lot of the times the water's moving. They're like, it's not safe to drink. And
Yeah,
I'm like,
who
"What?"
knows?
If you boil it,
Yeah, but if you can't boil it, they're like, it's not safe to drink.
If
well, it's
you-
better
if
to drink it than
you're-
not.
They're
Yeah.
also in fucking Brazil or
Yeah,
wherever
that's
they're at.
true.
I don't know nothing about places like that.
That is true.
You're not going to drink everything in your backyard either. You know what I mean? Like here's a good point. The Cove Lake Creek that runs through there. You going to drink that shit? Half the time it like stops. You know what I mean? And that's it.
It
It's not
stops and
constantly.
it like flips you off. And it dares you
Throws
to drink
gang
it.
signs.
Yeah.
It's
What's
not-
up, man?
It's not constantly flowing. You know what I mean? And I think that's the danger. Right
This
there.
is separately, but like up 25W, like up on the mountain where like Stinking Creek is. Like I've been up there
Yeah.
hiking, and I drank out of a creek way up there on the mountain.
I always have done that,
But-
and it tastes fucking amazing.
It did taste
too.
good. Well, it probably tasted really good because I was thirsty
You're
to fucking
hot
death.
and you're
But,
dying. Yes.
but yeah, I have done that. So
yeah, me too.
I would want like a fire starter or a lighter or something.
Oh.
That or a machete, but I really want to get the fire.
I also read where you can boil water in a leaf. Like if you have like
I was gonna say that, but I felt stupid.
I mean, like you wouldn't think
you would have tried
I
it
was like,
5 days
leaf.
in
Yeah.
and been like, holy shit.
I was gonna say I'd boil it in a leaf and have all three of you fucking roast me.
it was saying if you get like a big enough leaf, like a banana leaf or something, like to hold a lot of water, as long as the flames are around the water, it won't catch fire. The edges that aren't in water will burn, so
What
you gotta
about
keep
that
it away.
big leaf from like Land Before Time?
Yeah, that would work.
The
Yeah,
star leaf.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Okay.
I follow, or at least his videos pop up on my feed a lot, but it's like this dude, I think he's somewhere in the Midwest, and he like goes around and lives like 3 months of the year out in the woods and like sleeps in caves and stuff, and he does little like videos like he'll make like a hatchet out of like a stick and a rock and shit like that.
Oh yeah.
And I saw him do that, dig a hole thing and put a hot rock in it
Mhm.
to boil the water. And the other thing I saw was a gourd. He like hollowed out a gourd and then scraped the seeds out and somehow made a cork. I don't remember how he did it, for a water bottle.
That's awesome.
Mm.
Yeah.
The only like bowl thing I seen on that show is people were using bamboo and like filling water up in bamboo, and they were burning the bamboo, like having it near the fire to boil it. I thought that was cool.
I don't like caves much.
Well, it wasn't like legit
Spooky.
caves really that he was in. It was more like overhanging rocks that was like
Yeah.
a safe place to lay under.
That I totally do.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is about caves.
It's dark and scary.
because
it's-
other
maybe
things
it's-
want to live in those caves too.
Other things. I think bugs would be a big problem.
That
Bugs
would be
a big
irritating as fuck.
Imagine you don't really have much of a shelter and you're laying on the ground. Everything's fucking crawling on you.
I mean, have you just sat outside where there's been a lot of mosquitoes? That shit fucking
All
sucks.
you gotta do is walk outside. The sun goes down, walk outside.
fucking bump, bump, bump,
Oh,
bump,
on the
bump.
lake.
Yeah.
Jeez, man. That's kept me from fishing, just the annoyance.
Get you some bug spray, homie.
Do you have any hoe spray? Like to try and keep
yeah,
them
it's
off of
natural.
you?
Hoe
Oh,
off.
Yeah. Hoe off.
Off has this extra thing you can order online. It's called Hoe Off.
Do you only use it when your queen's around, or does it?
It's natural. I can't
After he
control it. It's
nuts,
on
he
me
just
all the
sprays it
time.
to Roz. I'm done. Go away.
Hoe away.
That's a great commercial.
It's kind of like those movies, you know. Jake put your movie up on Facebook the other day.
What movie?
The trailer.
Yeah, you
did you?
you guys, for all our listeners, you need to get on our Facebook page and check these out. Jeremy's is freaking absolutely hilarious.
I didn't make it. Jake did.
Yeah,
All
Jake is
glory
a
to
star.
Jake.
Yeah, dude, don't worry, because at the end of it, I don't know if you noticed, written, directed, produced.
Jake.
Everything says Jake. That's all it says is fucking Jake.
Well, what is Jake's podcast?
Podcast by Jake.
Podcast Jake.
This is also Jake's segment, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's something. Oh, on the off thing, I keep off in my like fishing bag
Does
when I
it
go
work?
fishing. No, doesn't work for fuck off. It just doesn't work.
I got
I'm
some.
picturing you like out fishing with one of those mosquito nets over your head.
Dude, sometimes it would be worth it.
It'd be worth it to look like a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
There's some alt natural, like deep free kind, and I used to use it. I don't even remember it working, man. I don't know what
It's
does
like
work.
it works half the time. Like you spray it on like your arms and your legs, and then like your arms don't get bit, but your legs do, or vice versa. Like
Your fucking neck, any part of your body.
While I'm thinking of it, another thing they do in that Naked and Afraid show is they get bit by bugs, and the next day they find termite mounds somehow, and apparently if you burn them, it's supposed to repel mosquitoes. Yeah, well, I guess I know it had some kind of like chemical reaction with the termites or something, and it's supposed to make the bugs fuck off. And they're like, yeah, this way we can sleep, and they do it, and then they get bit up even more that night. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I don't understand. Everything they do, it never works.
I feel like you just have to accept that you're going to smell like a campfire for the next month, and just be right next to that smoke constantly.
It would bug me getting in my eyes, man. It hurts.
Smoke. I'd
Yeah.
rather have smoke around my face while I'm sleeping than getting bit.
Yeah,
These
so you
people
don't
have
wake up.
welts on their asses.
Jake's like, I just don't want to wake up.
I'll die from inhalation.
Yeah.
Jake's like, I want a onesie. That's my one item.
Yeah.
A onesie.
My wife. That's my one item.
I'll
Let me have my
Aw.
queen.
Oh,
She'll yell at all the animals and we'll get food.
no,
You
here's a
come
good
over
idea.
here and die at my feet.
Jeremy, you should pick Beauty. She'll find water.
No,
She'll
I
dig it
don't-
up.
I don't want her at home, let alone when I'm in the woods.
She might run away from you, but
I love
Hey,
how
there we
this has
go.
turned into a survival podcast
survival tips and tricks.
that we know nothing about.
Yeah, don't listen to us. man.
Definitely not.
Definitely not.
We're
me.
just
We
we're
barely made it up our
hypotheticals.
2.5 mile hike. Don't listen.
Hey, I made it up there. All right.
No, you guys did good. It was me.
I wish when we do our other hike camp that you was going to be there. That would be nice.
It would, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
Wanna
but
do
we
it? It'd
we
be a
all
lot cooler.
dude, we ain't got 2 weeks to do the hike. We've got a day, so.
He's like, yeah.
What? Dude, everybody else is like, that ain't funny. That's fucking
No, I was waiting for his reaction. And he was just like, yeah.
We don't
okay.
have 2 weeks, Jake.
Yeah,
We got
that's
a day. Justin's gonna be there.
Is he?
Did I tell you that?
Oh yeah, I think you mentioned
Yeah, I
it.
sent
Like
that.
you and him are gonna race up the mountain.
No.
Oh,
Him and Bracken do it.
No.
that's what you guys did when we went to Little Egypt. You're like, I
We
gotta
had
be the
to-
first fat person at top.
I'll give you that.
Man, we were all talking into like the last like probably 50-yard stretch, and we all shut up and started panting real hard.
For me, man, when I stop and I can get that 30 seconds to get my lungs back to
30
eight,
seconds is a long time, ain't it?
it isn't the bed with me, but but anyway, I can stop and get my lungs good for that 30 seconds. I'm good to go most of the time.
I
Most
lo-
of the time.
I love when we're hiking back up
Yeah.
to the campsite and you're just like, and I was just talking. I'm like, so did you play Mortal Kombat?
Dude,
Yada,
he's not
yada.
kidding. Like, I'm seriously dying over here, and he's all like, I'm Jake.
Skipping up the hill. Come on, pal.
Oh, I feel like that wouldn't have been near as bad without the fucking backpack, man.
The unknown is what made that so bad. Always thinking every fucking corner
never
we
ends.
turn, every corner we turn, we're there. go back. I mean, you go back and do it again. I went and did it again. It didn't feel bad at all. It's like you know where you're going. So
Well, I just feel like I'll go ahead or whatever, and I would like get to the point where I want to stop, drop my bag, and be like, I can go a little farther. And then it's like if I didn't have the bag, I would be fine.
what if you had to carry Vicky's bag?
That's me.
The fuck.
Ruining the
I'm sorry.
podcast.
The fuck.
I don't know the number. I'm sorry. Who the fuck's calling me at 9:30 in the morning?
Wow. But anyway, yeah, I was carrying Jake's bag and my bag, and then you was carrying your bag and Vicky's bag.
That's
so it was
true.
just,
That's true.
Why were you
Well,
carrying
wait.
my bag?
huh?
Why were you
We,
carrying
we
my
kept
bag?
swapping.
That only happened once. I'm just trying to be a dick.
Yeah,
I promise.
I swear, I'll kill you. You watch Samurai Jack?
When I was younger, yeah.
Well, it's made by like the same artist or whatever, and it's about a caveman, and there's no words in it, like even more than Samurai Jack.
Is it cartoons?
Yes,
Ugh.
but it's adult oriented. Like there's blood and shit. Like the first episode, it was just like sad. Dude's hunting for fish. He almost dies by like this huge alligator thing, and then he's on his way home, almost dies by a giant pterodactyl thing, and then he's getting closer to home, and he hears a woman screaming. He just drops the fish and takes off running. He has a little spear, and he's booking ass over there, and he sees his cave lady woman get eaten by a giant T-Rex, and he's like horrified. And then he sees his 2 children get eaten by the T-Rexes, and then he goes to fight them all. Like there's like 6 of them maybe, and the big mom of the group calls them off, and they all leave him. And so he's just there, and he climbs up like this cliff face. And when he gets to the top, he scoots closer to the edge like he's about to jump off, and then he just sits down. It was like super depressing. I really liked it.
I heard this word for word like 3 hours.
I was about to say, Jeremy, imagine hearing this for the 3rd fucking time.
And you don't realize that when he was talking about that cartoon, that's the happiest he's been the entire time we've been here. He was so fucking excited to tell you about that caveman.
Is it just one episode? Or
He was
there's
happier about
10.
that than his fucking pirate adventure.
I noticed that, man. I always see a little twinkle in Jake's eye sometimes whenever we actually talk about something he's wanting to talk about.
There's 10 episodes, and it's really good. He ends up teaming up with a raptor dinosaur thing, and it's a fucking douche. Like it was eating all his food he was hunting, and like just stealing it. He was like ooga booging it at it. He was trying to get his food back.
Are we going to shout out the fucking artist?
I don't know his name. It's some long name.
Well,
but
whatever
Primal.
your name is, fucking Jake wants ads.
I love it. I love it. Promote
Dude,
it.
you're right. Word for word.
I know.
I never heard of Jake. so
If you
good
got a
job.
story perfect already, you don't change it up, okay?
You're right.
I feel
buddy,
bad
you're
for
right.
Vicky. How many rough drafts did you have to do?
Do you think they'll like it? I'm gonna go over it one more time.
Imagine those pirates you went and seen. Imagine how many times they've said those jokes.
Yeah,
For
And
real.
they're fucking tired of it.
How much do you think they get paid?
I was wondering that. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, they
That's
got-
a good question.
Makes me think of the meme of the cashier where it's like, oh, it's not ringing up. Guess it's free then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Hilarious.
Oh.
You're original.
On my
Black
face.
Widow in theaters made like last time I looked, it's probably different, but I'm gonna rough guess $60 million, $70 million.
This wasn't to
Already?
you. This was to me, I think.
Yeah, that's kind of low for what they wanted. And that's in theaters. It made like 90 million on Disney Plus because it's $30 to rent this fucking movie and watch it instead of going to the theaters. And people are doing that instead of going to the movie theater or waiting 2 months for it to drop free.
If people keep paying for it to see it, they're going to keep doing it.
I know, but dude, they're killing the business. I hate it.
I mean, didn't you order from DoorDash the other day?
You got DoorDash?
Yeah, it was like a week ago.
And how you paid extra to have that delivered to you, right?
I think so. I don't.
These
remember
people
how
are
much
paying extra
What did you
to stay
get?
home.
What did you
Same
wait?
concept.
I want to. What'd you get from DoorDash?
It was like Wendy's or something. Vicky's mom was there.
Wendy's.
You ain't heard about this?
Yeah, it was
Well,
Wendy's.
where were you at? Your apartment?
Yeah, I was.
You
at
could have
my-
walked across the street.
I didn't want to. I
Oh.
didn't fucking want to.
And that is what they're doing to movie
I get
theaters.
that, but
Yeah,
We
you're
have to go to
hypocrite.
fucking-
Just giant
No.
hypocrite.
Dude,
for
we gotta
one,
go
I've
to,
never done it.
we got to go to fucking Oak Ridge to watch a movie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
make a day of it. And like I said, it's different. Wendy's ain't coming to me in 2 months for free.
You literally could throw a ball and hit Wendy's.
No, I couldn't. I'm not that strong.
We know.
Vicky could.
Like, see you throw a ball and hit Wendy's. Fuck you. All this is getting cut. I swear. I
Just saying, man.
Good
You didn't even gotta get on the main road to get to Burger King.
I didn't feel like
I was waiting for you to say you got DoorDash Burger King. You know, that was like that's ridiculous.
No,
Absolutely
I would-
ridiculous.
I
At
would
least that
drive.
was across the street.
My point of bringing
No, it was fucking midday, and you know how the traffic is right
I
there.
know
That's-
you complained about the intersection.
You
of your
did
house
too. You
across the-
fucking douche.
I avoid it.
I don't want to get in my
Exactly.
car, listen to anything I want. Got the air conditioning on.
I was at home in my lazy clothes. I think I was playing a game, and I was like, I'm not fucking going. I'm not.
How much did you like tip this DoorDash person or whatever? I don't know how this works. but
Like $3.
okay, so it costed you what?
I think it came out to like $24. And Vicky and
How much more was it than if you went and got it yourself? That's my question.
probably $5.
$5.
Yeah.
And my point from bringing this whole thing up is you paid for that convenience. Same thing
I
with the
agree.
movies.
The only thing though is the movie will drop in 2 to 3 months, whatever period, for free. Free.
You could look at it. the
These
good way.
people are paying like I don't know how much Disney Plus is off the top of my head, but let's just say $8 a month or whatever for Disney Plus. And then on top of that, they're going to buy a movie for the night or whatever for $30. So they're paying $38 to watch.
You could think
Black
of it
Widow.
the other way, like positive for you, which means there's going to be less people in the fucking theater when you go watch it at the theater.
The thing that's going to happen is that theater's not going to exist anymore.
After
I
a
mean,
while,
They're not going to keep it open just for me.
Yeah, you're
What
half
if
and half,
what if
bro.
theaters make a comeback with old movies,
I mean, they
vintage
could.
stuff. Like
like older movies? I don't know.
Classics.
Classics, yeah. I'm not talking about they're going to put Big Mama's House back in the theaters. I mean, like Lord of the Rings.
They
all
gotta
of
make
them.
I'm rooting
enough.
for Norbit.
Norbit.
Oh man, I thought I read something like that was racist too.
Norbit?
I don't care.
Yes,
I
I'm
don't
serious.
care. Fuck them.
That it was racist.
It
Or
was-
maybe
there
it ain't
wasn't a
racist.
white guy in the whole fucking movie.
Maybe it ain't racist, but it's the fact.
Is it
where
because
he's-
her name was Respucia? And that's
something about him acting like a woman. There's like a whole bunch of shit.
he acts
in
like
there.
a woman. He acts like a Chinese guy.
so being
There you go. There's your racist stuff.
well, hole.
Yeah, there's a lot of that.
I don't
Something
think he
about a
acted
black-
like that. There was a Chinese guy playing a Chinese guy.
something about a black
No, that
dude.
was him.
Really?
That was
yes,
Eddie Murphy. Yeah.
dude, he played like 8 characters in that movie.
I did
Something
not
about
know
a
this.
black dude like pulling off an Asian thing's hilarious. I just
But it's got to make enough money to keep the place in business, you know. And I don't see many people. I mean, how we've been to the movies once this year.
well, we'd have to know what the actual profit margins are for movie theaters as it is, whether they could afford to drop prices and shit like that.
We've talked about this once, and it's on a unreleased podcast episode. They don't even have to, if they sold like what was it, like one more popcorn thing, it like matches. I forgot, that was something where they get their money's worth.
Well, I mean, imagine that they're making profit. I'm just saying, how much could they afford to like cut out of their profit to stay in business?
They want to make a certain amount of profit, or they don't want to make it at all.
Yeah, which
'Cause
is
it's not
fucking
worth it.
stupid.
Stupid.
Which, yeah, I agree. Fucking stupid.
If I'm not making $3 million every fucking 2 months,
I'll go bankrupt, and then I'll
Yeah.
get a bailout from the government. So
Yep.
fuck you.
I mean, I don't know how
Yep.
that works, but as long as it's making more than enough that it costs to run the damn thing, I don't.
That's how mom and pop shops work, not
Yeah.
big chains.
Well, I mean, we'll say it's making 10% profit each year. I'm not. Say Cinemark is making 10% profit each year. That is a lot of money.
Yep.
yeah, but if it drops down to 8%, they're gone. They don't want to do it anymore.
Well,
They expect so much money to afford their yachts.
okay, fuck them. Cinemark can die.
They're doing it. They're not.
Disney Plus can charge $30 for a thing, and then
I'm just baffled.
minimum
the
wage
same
should
thing
go to
with
$15 an
OnlyFans.
hour to add to killing movie theaters.
Same thing with OnlyFans. Like you can go see a titty yourself, like free of charge.
Can you?
Yeah.
How do
Where
you do
at?
this? How do you do
Where?
this?
I'll teach you.
GOOGLE.
Google.
But either way, yeah, just spending unnecessary money, like it just blows my fucking mind. I don't get it.
you.
$30
But-
is a little much.
Yeah.
What if
It's a
it was
lot of
15?
That's more reasonable. That is way more reasonable.
So
That's
your
your problem.
gripe is not the fact that people are doing
No.
it; it's how much they're
Yeah,
doing.
dude.
Okay,
The
well, think,
price.
what is
$30
this? What's let's say Cinemark. What's their like nightly price for a ticket? $10?
Every time I go to the movie theater, I do go to the early shows.
Yeah, it's cheaper, but I mean, like they're normal. Normally, people go
You
like
can
8
get
o'clock
this-
at night.
Cinemark club thing, and it's like $8 a ticket.
Okay,
So we'll use that as
let's say
average.
$18 with tax, something like that for both of you.
Oh, for
Because
both, okay.
usually it's 2
I
people.
was like,
going to the
damn,
movie
Brad, you're
theater."
getting worse at math.
usually it's 2 people going to the movies. No, weirdos go by themselves.
No.
Somehow I knew you had.
No. Weirdos don't go by themselves.
It's kind of weird.
It
Your
depends.
experience in life, asshole.
Like if you go to like a romance movie by yourself, just sit there.
Okay, that's fucking
Yeah.
weird. I'll give
Somehow
you
I
that.
feel like that's what you did.
Well, I mean, I've never been to movie theaters by myself. for
Then why are
one.
you defending it?
Because it's like if you do something by yourself, it's like it's not worth doing. Like I'm gonna go to a restaurant, eat at a nice restaurant because I want to eat the food. But if you're doing it by yourself, there's something wrong with that.
If you're going to a movie theater by yourself and you're a 30-year-old man, I'm assuming you're jerking off
Nah,
do
dude, I'd
you
go to
watch
the
movies by yourself at home?
at home.
What's
Why
the
would I go
difference?
to the public?
I want to go see this brand new movie. Why would I
Yeah,
not
I want to see
that?
Godzilla on the big
Would you
screen.
rather get drunk at a bar by yourself, or would you rather get drunk at the house?
Alcohol is depressing. I don't want to do neither.
Not always.
I see your point, but I would still go to the movies.
I
As
think
a single male.
regardless, semantics here. Back to the point, which I've almost forgotten.
Okay.
It's $18 for you two to go to the movies. It's a $12 markup for you to not have to get out of your house.
What if me and you went to movies, Brad? Would that be gay?
We could both jerk off.
I'm just like I said, I would wait on the movie if it's that much. If it's 15, I could see it, but I'm not renting a movie for $30.
How much?
I'm
money-
owning that movie for $30.
There's a particular, actually, I think there's two particular bookshelves at your house full of how much money of movies that are below average.
Ooh.
Hey, they're good movies. They're movies I want.
That he don't even watch.
Yeah, I've watched them all.
How many of you watch more than once?
Oh fuck! I got Fight Club. I got two Fight Clubs.
Oh god.
I got
So
two
you even got a
fucking
double.
Fight
You even
Club.
got a double of a movie. My point is you have countless amounts of money in all of those movies, and most of them aren't like A-list movies.
Okay, you got books now.
Yeah, I got like
They're not
7.
A-list books.
Actually, most of them are.
Now, to you,
New York Times bestsellers.
everything says New York. Whatever. Everything's the greatest. Paranormal Activity was the scariest movie ever. I don't believe these.
This isn't Rotten
like
Tomatoes,
the
man.
Worst fucking like discussion. This argument sucks.
Oh my
My
god.
point is I don't think a $12 markup to not leave your house is that bad.
I've heard Brad say my point is 5 times.
$12 markup from 18 makes it 30 altogether. I think that's not worth it. Not at all.
I don't think it's that bad for at least in our situation to drive to Oak Ridge.
Nah, I'm going to Oak Ridge, or I'm not going at all. I'm just that's it. That's all I want
Well,
Are we
first
gonna
of all,
like go through
actually-
all of this? What was your truck? Is it a V8?
Yes.
How much gas is that for you to go to Oak
Fuck
Ridge?
ton.
That's
No
the
shit.
$12 markup right there, at least.
At least. No joke. I put $10 in your sack. I get gas again. All I did was drive to Walmart. Jake does it for the experience, and plus they go out to eat at $50 fancy restaurants.
I get
so
that.
they're well. No, what I'm saying is he's already spending $50 more right there. So I don't see why he don't just stay home and spend
I'm getting
$30.
nice fancy food.
Well, if there was a Texas Roadhouse
That
across
you
the street, he would get it door dashed. But
Dude, all you do is shit that food out. And you pay that to
Yeah.
shit that food out.
I can shit on my
Why
own.
would you do that?
Speaking of the DoorDash thing, the dude shows up like he drives past my apartment, and he was high off his ass because like he walks
he
up to me
was.
and I smell weed, and I'm just like, oh damn, and he's like, hey, I drove past your place, and I was like, yeah, I've seen that, and he goes, well, here's your food, and I'm like, thanks, and his name was Larry. It was just like super awkward, and he had like a car full of people, and I went inside, and I think he forgot, he didn't do it, but Wendy's fucking left out my fries.
Dicks.
Yeah.
Dude, so you had to walk across the street and get it yourself anyway.
if you had to pay them $5, they better have made sure you had your damn fries.
You think they do that? Like, okay, double check
Is
the
everything
bag real
there?
quick.
Yeah. Oh, whenever you do that, they seal up the bag with like
Yeah.
some fucking DoorDash.
The people at
That makes
DoorDash, they don't
sense.
touch that shit.
That
No.
makes
Okay,
sense.
that way they don't get blamed for it.
Anyway,
Damn COVID.
this thing's gotten really fucking popular because I keep hearing it everywhere.
Can you
A lot
please
of
say that
people-
word again?
Popular.
Thank you.
Popular.
It's like
Popular.
the 8th time you said it on the podcast, and I hear popular every time, like a fucking flower. I don't roast
What other flowers do you know?
roses, tulips.
Daisies.
I wouldn't even thought of that. Sunflowers. That's it. I'm gone.
Anyway, there's like 4 or 5 people that I've heard or know of that's out running around doing this stuff. Anyway, I got something I want to talk about. Fantasy football, man.
Oh, shit.
I don't know
What?
nothing about it.
What, dude? If
I
you
don't
know
know
you
nothing
could have
about-
quit the league, right? If you wanted to.
What would have happened if I'd have quit the league?
I would have bitched. And
You would have
moaned.
quit too.
I would have bitched and moaned.
You
but
would have quit too.
I
Matter
would
of fact,
re-
I'm glad you brought this up because
Okay,
I
good.
want you to make me a fucking promise right now.
Damn,
all
that was
right?
intimidating.
Oh shit!
I want you to promise me that if you start out 1-1 or
Aw.
3-1, you don't come up to me and you're crying like, Jeremy, I'm not undefeated.
Wait,
Why ain't I going to win the championship this year, man? It's all up. I'm going to quit. I'm quitting, man. I'm out. I can't do this. There's a chance I don't win the championship this year, Jeremy. Please let me put my head on your shoulder and cry and pet me, Jeremy. I know you're 1-4 this year, Jeremy, but please help me.
I want to take a moment for you to realize that he does it so you do it too. Even if he was losing all season, he would stay in the game because he knows you'd quit if he didn't.
No, I would rather.
That's what you just said.
No, what he's saying is I'm like 4-1 or something, and he's 1-4, and I'm whining about my team.
You
That is
have
what he
done this
said.
a lot.
I know.
A lot.
Because I stress over it, and it means something to me.
It
I
doesn't make
actually
him
try.
happy. It doesn't. If it doesn't make you happy, why are you doing it?
That is why I have 3 rings. Because of that effort and that
The
worry.
effort of what?
trying to
getting-
figuring stuff out.
Getting lucky. That's all it is getting lucky.
No, it's not.
Yes,
It's
I mean,
not-
I don't know much about
Then
fantasy
how have
football,
I got
but that,
lucky this damn much?
you've gotten lucky a lot.
Oh, what?
I mean, you don't get laid, so you just got to translate somewhere in life.
That's where all my luck goes to.
I didn't say all your luck goes there, but you've been lucky. I mean,
I have been lucky, but like last year's championship was pretty fucking lucky.
yeah.
But I had the hands down the best team all
You
year long.
did have a damn good team. What made your team so good?
I drafted well,
You drafted what well?
my team well,
You drafted those
and they all
players,
stayed
right?
healthy. They all stayed healthy.
You drafted those players that you have no control over what they do or how they do or how
But-
often they get thrown the ball or anything like that.
There's statistics out there. There's actually it's mathematical that these people are going to get this share. They're going to see the ball. The only thing you can't predict is injuries. You won a championship once, and you was ecstatic about it.
Yeah, how long ago was that? 5 years?
And that is why you're not into it anymore.
Well,
Well, that's part of it.
I'm not into regular fucking football as much as I used to be, man.
And it depresses me because you're all I've got, bro.
No.
Yeah.
No.
When's the last time you fished, Seth?
I don't know.
See, same argument.
I'm gonna blame that
know.
on you. Share some of the fishing blame. You get the fishing blame, I get the football blame.
You could have quit.
Why do we have to share the burdens of his ass?
Because this is only man. That's why.
if you would have quit the league, at least I would have. I mean, I would have understood that. But yeah, I would have probably quit with you.
No, yeah, exactly. Right there.
There's nothing
Thank
wrong
you.
with that though.
Yes,
You're
there
the
is.
pillar.
It-
You
no,
are
wait.
the pillar that
I
holds
want-
Seth
There
up.
he is.
This is no, dude. I've already accomplished what I need to accomplish. I even told Kelvin, I'm like, dude, if I fucking win again, I can't keep doing this.
Yeah,
I'm like,
you,
this
you
is-
did. No, you didn't.
I swear, ask him. I was like, this is gonna be the 4th fucking time.
I'm going for my 4th championship this year. Jeremy, get that shoulder
If
ready.
you think
Listen, asshole. I would rather. I'd like if you're going to be in the league, you're going to put forth effort. But if you quit, like, okay, well, he quit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That I can.
I'm
I can deal with.
You say I'm going to quit, like I'm not going to set a lineup or anything like that.
I know you are, but you're not going to be into it. It don't matter.
I cannot
It don't
make
mean as
myself be
much.
into it. I'm going to do my job in the league.
Okay.
I want to show up and draft my team,
If you
make moves like I can, and put forth what I think the best team is.
and if you end up, 6-2, you can't tell me you ain't going to feel a little pitter patter in that heart of yours.
I'll feel better than if I was 2-6. Sure, you got me.
he'll
there.
probably feel better than spending the whole 3 days like with one vein popping out of his fucking forehead.
Yeah, from Thursday. No, it's longer than that. It's from Thursday night to Monday night.
Fucking stressed.
And we have talked about this. We talked about this before the season, man. I was like, this is why I don't want to do it. I just want to enjoy football.
It's that time of the year again, Jake.
But
Yeah,
I just
no.
believe I don't know. I got to put if I'm gonna do it, I put forth the effort because I want to win. I want the bragging rights. I want
I
everybody
got
to
you.
suck my nuts.
I got you. I
this league.
understand.
Fantasy football.
All 8 of yous.
Just because it's fantasy football, don't think that people don't treat it like it's fucking it.
I mean, I see it.
Thank you.
If you think you're that good at fantasy, why don't you do a professional league, like actual money?
We're in a
like,
professional.
No,
league.
I'm talking about like
I've
outside,
tried to put money.
like betting.
Actually, if we put money, people would have done quick because I just took every bit of their money.
I'm homeless now.
If
Here's my championship. Thanks,
I
bro.
bet you if we did $100 buy-in, what two years ago, that would have been it. We do it one time, and everybody lost their money, and then I'd be talking shit.
I'm talking about online, like DraftKings and shit like that. Whatever
it's
it's
funner,
called.
man. I've been in a bunch of leagues and stuff. It's funner when it's with your friends. It's the shit talk. That's the best part about it. Or
I'm
when your
just hearing
best,
he ain't good enough to do it
Yeah,
online.
it gives him some sense
I
of
have.
superiority.
We talking
Yeah.
about Madden or fantasy?
I feel like
Dude,
he
you make
just
me
dissed
want
you.
to be
I
the-
feel like he just dissed everyone in the league. He's like, I can compete with you guys and win. but like the big dogs, I can't.
Did he really just say
That's
that?
what I heard. That's what I heard.
I was actually going to say I have won multiple online, and it's fucking boring.
But do it for money. Try it with money and see what happens.
It's like gambling, man.
It's better than doing stocks.
Wait,
though, right?
is gambling luck?
It depends on what kind of gambling.
Is gambling on fantasy football luck?
Because fantasy football's luck.
Thank you. That was my point.
Wrong.
Put your money
I,
where your mouth
dude, I
is.
cannot be this damn lucky. 3 out of the last 4 years, I'm the champion.
I'm not
how much does it
trying to
take?
dish you. I'm not trying to dish you.
I know,
I'm
but
not-
it takes more than luck. You can't just be
It's
lucky
not-
all the time.
it's a lot of luck.
It's like
though.
I'm gonna fall into.
A lot of it is out of your hands.
Then where's your luck?
It's gone. He retired. When he retired, I retired with him.
You're
yeah.
two.
Yeah, I think we're arguing percentages here. I think you're arguing it's like 80% skill, 20% luck, and
I
he's
will-
like,
Okay, you're
and
gonna
he's
start
arguing
rapping.
more.
Yeah, that's what I was ready for.
Literally, that song was playing in my
I
head.
know. I will not say it is.
Shout out
80
Fort Minor.
It is definitely not 80% skill. It is at least 50% luck. Half of it is
50%.
luck.
Okay, I'll give
But
you
you
that.
definitely have to put in work for the other 50%.
When you say work, what does work mean?
Dude, how many mock drafts have you done? Exactly.
Why?
How much?
Why?
how
Ask me.
much-
Ask me why.
Wow.
Because I don't know where I'm picking yet.
Okay, I'll give you that. I'll give you that. Looking into what receivers like or players teams drafted, yada yada yada. You know exactly what I mean.
Nobody wants to listen to this.
I
shit.
know. I just noticed.
Jay's
that.
got that red pill look on his face again.
Jake listened to the good book and he won't shut the fuck up about it.
Oh, did he talk to you?
All the time. He brings it up all the damn
No,
time.
I fucking
Yes,
don't.
he did today. Did you not?
I brought it up today because
Every
it's the first
day.
time I seen you
Every
in
time
person after finishing the book, and I was like, I was wanting to see if you wanted to talk about anything about it because last time you were like, the Warrior Brides, bro, the Warrior
I thought that was awesome.
you know,
I did not Queen start real.
Okay, it made you sound like a stoner.
I thought he maybe sounded like a bitch.
that's what I was aiming for. Apparently,
Okay, good.
stoners are bitches.
Coming from the guy who can't handle weed, that would make sense. That I would make that connection.
Yeah, I get it.
Jake said that there was nothing in the book for him, and he already knew all this
I
from
know.
birth.
He's above it.
What was you gonna say, Jake?
Yeah, I didn't learn, or I did say that shit that he just said. It's just like the book didn't say anything too useful. It was like common sense shit, like women don't like beta ass bitches. I'm like, oh, right. And it was like, you got to be confident. I'm like, yeah, I've always heard that. And it's like women like men that are like muscular and shit. And I'm like, right. And it was like women act this way because they're evil. And I'm like, I understand. Like,
And thanks for spending $30. See ya.
yeah,
Free.
there was some stuff that
$15 through Audible.
Oh,
But
sorry.
Did you pay $15?
for my Audible
hell-
subscription.
Oh, okay. I was about to say the rest of us got free because
Yeah.
of you. Thank you.
well,
Do you have my Audible?
I got you. Yes, one point in time to listen to it. Yes,
Okay, sorry.
oh no.
Sorry.
but
Jeff
this was a long
Bezos.
time ago.
Shut up, Amazon. Don't listen.
Keywords have been picked up.
Fuck. CIA. Damn it.
Algorithm.
Oh, dude, that makes
Al-Qaeda.
me want to talk about this thing I've seen. But before I go on to that, yeah, I don't know. It was okay. There was some stuff I
There wasn't
didn't
much
know.
for a married 24-year-old male in there.
Yeah,
There
That's
wasn't.
agreeable.
Who is that? Who's the target demographic that book
Simps.
is aiming for?
Simps.
Mostly, honestly.
Yeah, single men. That's what I was going to say.
You've been a little too bitchy. Yeah.
It's like slapping them in the
Single
face.
single
right?
men that want to know the answer as to why.
I said I told you this before. I don't think Seth was around when I told you this, but complained about me and him talking about it is because there were certain parts in it we talk about. Be like, oh, that's why this happened. I had this conversation and this is what was said, and I didn't understand what was being said. There was like something behind it. He's like, oh, that this is kind of like this conversation. And, similar experience.
I got a question. Mostly online because I don't talk about this in person to people. But why do women online hate red pill talk and the red pill book so much?
You're
This is
exposing the
right.
truth.
Let's hear it.
Me?
Yeah, you
Broad Dick Brad.
you always, whenever you got a good answer for something, you're trying to figure out how to word it. You lower your shoulders and you look off to the side and you're like, how do I put this?
You're very observant. Do you have a crush?
I mean, look at you. How could I not?
I think 2 reasons. One is some truth, and 2 is he even brings it up in the book, Children with Dynamite. If you have that knowledge, then you can fake it and you can manipulate and abuse if you choose to. Kind of like a pickup artist.
Dude, I had something I completely forgot what I was going to say.
I think that's
It's
I think
fucking
that scares women, so they hate it. Justifiably so.
I was just curious. I had no idea.
It runs the risk of neckbeard's angry too. Like that whole thing.
What did I say last night that went with the book that Brad was listening to here lately that correlated with the good book?
I can't remember, man.
Me either.
The good book's
Which
supposed to be
book?
the Bible, son.
We say the good book jokingly.
He wasn't joking.
I mean, here's one thing. Jake's made fun of me several times for listening to the book several times, and he's like, "If you know all this and this, then why didn't you?" That is replaying in my head every time one of these situations are going on. I never want to fucking believe it, and guess what? Every single time it's been true. Every time. But I mean, I know this. The knowledge is sitting there just churning, and I'm just like, fuck that. No, that ain't real.
He can't kill his
She's
hope.
different, ain't she?
I can't. Yeah,
She's different. She's special.
This ain't real. She's not different. She's not special.
Well, how you said you guys listened to it to figure out the why. Like, I don't.
That was me.
Well, what was the point? Because now you're gonna be like, now next relationship you're gonna have to listen to it. Why? I forgot.
No. I mean, like Brad said, I kept hope. Hopefully, I can lose it.
Well, when you start seeing those red flags pop up, you got to put 2 and 2 together. Like if they're acting a certain way, you know what I mean?
Well, I think it's like partially the hope thing, but it's like you aren't constantly aware of the different motivations that a woman would have versus you and how those could be conflicting. Like it's like you just don't think about it most of the time.
Because it's depressing.
Well, also because you're not a woman and anything, and that isn't your
Can
starting
you predict
point.
what women are going to do?
No, but I could guess.
You can
somewhat
try.
accurately.
Yeah. Well, what's your
I can be generally right, not specifically. How about that?
What's your queen gonna do, Jeremy?
I'm not sure if I had one, I'll tell you.
Well, I think we're at the end of the road on this one, right, Seth?
The
You look like
topic?
you're gonna kill yourself.
Man, I'm just sleepy. I ain't had much
Oh.
sleep.
Well, I'm confused. What did you talk about red pill at work?
Dude,
That
he
was
always brings
basically
it up. He just brings it up all the time.
No, I fucking
He does. No, I want to keep
I did
saying
that to
this.
him the second time he brought it up.
Yes, dude, we're fucking talking about this, Jake.
I told you because you were gonna listen to that podcast. It's on here. It's on our podcast. You're like, if you listen to it, I'll listen to this.
And what did I do? I listened to 2 hours of it last
Yeah,
night.
yeah. And I was bringing it up to you, like, hey, get ready to listen because I'm listening to this right now. And you're like, why you keep bringing
You
it
brought
up?
up specific topics about it.
That's
like
because I knew
2
you
or
wanted
3
to talk
times.
about it. You were like, what do
I
you
wanted
think
to
so
talk
far?
about it 5 fucking years ago,
Yeah.
asshole.
Yeah, that is a good point. It was relevant 5 years ago.
5 years ago, I was like, I'm not buying this book. And then Brad gifted it to me
And you
2
still didn't
years
listen?
ago. It might have been 2 years ago. And I tried to listen to it and got 2 hours in. And I was like, how the fuck did you listen to this? This is garbage. And then you were like, it gets better.
I'm sorry. I do wish you got more out of it.
Yeah. I'm not mad about it or anything, but I'm not bringing it up constantly. I message you and be like, yeah, I'm almost done with it.
Does it not feel good to get accused of bringing it up all the time?
Bringing it up.
Yeah. Looks like you just seem very defensive.
What are you talking about?
Nothing, man.
You know what? There's one more thing. I keep hearing, like, leave Jake alone. He's so sweet and innocent.
Fuck
Poor
all
little
that.
Jake. Exactly. Fuck that shit. I'm glad Jake has got
Who
shit
keeps
on.
saying it?
Allie, Tasha, Kayla, leave him alone. He loves Vicky.
He's so cute.
He's so sweet.
Look at little beta Jake doing
Yes.
exactly what we want.
Exactly. Dude, I hear this shit so much. I'm happy you've got shit on this podcast just for that.
You're just a fucking douche.
Granted.
Every episode, you're a dickhead to at least one of us.
That is true
I ain't
also.
done too much shit, and I'm just listening.
You still have your sleeve, so you must not have done too much shitting.
My shirt and my socks are still on.
You do hear that a lot. Little Jake, he's just little. he
Yeah,
can't-
poor little
That's
Jake.
That's because I get the brunt of it because I don't know, you're what's that word?
He gets the
Alpha.
brunt of what?
Of the
Shit.
attacks. Oh, come on, Brad. What do you get?
Attacks.
Let's
from-
take a vote. Does Jake get the brunt of the attacks here? Of
I
the
think
jokes?
a lot of Jake
think I
stuff
do.
is so watered down.
That's
I-
because
I'll
if it's in
give
front of
that.
Vicky, you'll get throat punched.
Well, if it's in front of Vicky, we'll piss her off and she'll bug you.
Yeah, and that'll turn not
Okay.
good stuff.
Yeah, well, what is? I don't know the right word for it. Not jealous, but like intimidated. You're like, oh god, I gotta knock
By
Jake down
Vicky?
by me. You're like, oh, I gotta pick on this motherfucker.
The only time
He's
I
up
was-
on his high horse today. hey, fuck you, Jake.
Dude, that has happened. This guy would come up
Fuck
cocky as fuck. No, don't do that shit.
And then the next
Like
day,
your
I
little
come
brother.
in.
You're like, what the fuck you doing?
yeah.
Next day, I come in tired. You're like, why are you all sad, bro? Come on, you never
I
smile.
want to make one thing straight. The only time I've been intimidated at this podcast was when Jeremy hit the table.
He meant business.
He's like, promise me, you motherfucker.
I swear.
Damn it!
Oh shit. Fuck. I guess I'm gonna have to like message Justin from now on. Man, I don't think I'm gonna make the championship. I won't make the playoffs. I'll get made fun of.
He won't respond
He'll
or
see
open.
it. He'll see it in 2 weeks.
When we go to shit, what's it called?
Hooters.
Yeah, when we go to Hooters, like, you excited for that at least? Like the draft, the hangout? You
No.
gonna- Why?
Are you gonna drink?
No.
What?
I don't like to drink. I like to get drunk.
You want to get
Then
drunk?
let's get drunk.
I'll go. We'll drink.
We'll get somebody to drive.
Hell yeah.
According to Seth, you're so bad at fantasy football. Being drunk when you draft shouldn't be too bad of a move, you know?
I don't
Yeah,
know.
I
man.
try and
It
talk
could- it
shit,
could
he
get-
just don't care.
It could get worse.
It can't get,
definitely
you
get
was
worse.
last place. It
All you
cannot
gotta do
get
is
worse.
read your paper, right?
10th.
It's
You're
a
the
little
top
bit
If
shit
you're a
at
little
the
fucked up,
drinking.
you're like, oh, what does it say?
No, just dude. No, it's all luck. All you gotta do is just pick a name and throw it up there.
Well, we both said it's a little bit more than all
Okay.
luck, right?
I'm sorry, I was being.
Yeah,
an
your
ass.
argument was about percentages. We understand.
But let's-
you kind of argue like a woman sometimes too. Bringing up that old shit I just said. It's been,
What 10 minutes ago?
So what you're saying
It's in the
That's
past.
old shit. 10 minutes ago. That's old. Yeah, we can get drunk at the Hooters, man. You know I'm down. Jeremy don't like public people. You're not really a people.
I'm not
person.
a people person.
He
at all.
isn't.
You might be if you get drunk enough.
Hey, there's a lot of people there that might want to, get on that roll call. That list of
The
yours.
Space Mountain.
Here's the move. What you do is you pay for like everybody's first round of drinks, and you make sure they see you.
Dude,
And then
that
they'll
is
flock.
like what was it? Like $6 to $8 a shot. man.
Damn, never mind.
Yeah.
You're talking $60, $80.
Get the cheapest shit you can.
That was.
What's the
That was.
cheapest round I can buy?
Show off that way. Everybody, water on me.
I'll buy everybody one chicken wing.
But yeah, they serve straight shots. Me, Justin, and Ben took some sometimes.
Sometimes.
Sometime we did it once.
When is the draft?
August 29th on a Sunday at 3 p.m.
What's the astrological sign in the fucking sky that day?
Well, he's got plenty of time to be there. That is all.
We might.
Okay.
I'm surprised you didn't rattle off the address at the same time there too.
I don't know it. Merchants, you know where it's at. I gotta have somebody. Jake's also invited there. Yeah. So
Who else is invited?
that's it.
That's it.
I'm cool with it, bro.
3 of the 4 of us are gonna be there. Fuck you, Brad.
I'm cool with it. Believe me.
Why? Why don't you want to hang out with friends? I don't understand.
Go sit there while you guys argue about fantasy football.
Dude, just
And
get in.
we actually just talk shit and eat and drink. Actually, the talking shit dies down.
Actually, what is this? Like 4 years in a row you guys did it? I haven't went to one of them.
6, and Jake's the only one that's ever been invited.
we didn't do it last year, right?
Poor
Yeah.
little Jake. You're trying to bring him into the fold of men. I get it.
All right. While
I
we're
like
on
to
this
hang out with
subject,
him.
I was there not last year, but the year before, and Kelvin made me feel so awkward because I was there, and he goes, "Oh, you played?" I'm like, "Nah." He goes, "What are you doing here?" I'm like, "Food, beer, He goes, "Oh, okay."
Titties.
So I'm just sitting there while everybody's drafting, and I'm just drinking.
I remember you and Vicky sitting right in front of the board, man. That's what was funny.
Oh
to me.
yeah, wasn't Vicky like putting the stickers up there at one point in time?
I handed her the stickers. She like threw them. She goes, "No, I'm not fucking doing it."
Passing them up.
I don't know.
That was like 3 years ago, I think. I don't think she went to the last one I was at.
I was trying to. I know we didn't
You
do
came
a live
along?
one last year.
I feel like I did. I don't remember though. It's been forever.
And then we all went with Justin one time too,
We rode with him.
and he was there. You rode with us then, didn't you?
I think so.
The last
Because I
3 or
think
4
that was the
times
time
he's been
Justin
there.
was like Dale Jr. on the
Yeah,
interstate.
remember that shit? Wasn't he driving my truck?
I think so.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, he's like,
buddy.
yeah, he's like, I know what I'm doing.
Blow your engine.
Yeah, I forgot about that shit. He's spinning tires.
Hey, mine.
Yeah. He's an idiot.
You let the idiot drive your truck. Who's the bigger idiot?
I wanted a drink. That's it. I wanted a drink.
There was something I wanted to bring up. Well, I think it was LA or LA County or something that COVID is making another spike, and not yet. It's not bad yet for some reason, but Monday.
It hasn't deemed fit to be bad yet.
Yeah, they're putting in a mask mandate. They set up a date, so like 3 days from now, they're making everybody wear masks.
God, it
again.
just sounds like God wants to kill LA. California.
Do you blame him?
No, I wish he'd just go ahead and start the whole fucking state.
We do say that from the deep south here.
Yeah, we also say it about Ohio.
Pretty much like around this house, it's all good to go.
Anything outside the property line, fuck it.
I just thought it was funny that in 3 days they're going to make people wear masks again.
What
Not
else is-
today, but 3 days from now.
I really don't even know what else is to say about COVID anymore. The only time you wear a mask is if you're unvaccinated, and they can't ask you about your medical records. They
They
can't.
can't. This one's special.
Yeah.
They don't go door to door asking if you've had a vaccine, except for this one.
Me and Jeremy did talk about that.
They don't check your text messages to see if you're spreading.
It will just be
misinformation.
faster if we spread the vaccine airborne through
Squirt it right to
F-15s.
the air.
I mean,
And then
they've
there's
done
that
shit.
Stupid, man.
Conspiracy theories.
Jake, are you the big spoon or the little spoon?
Definitely little.
I flip. Like
Yeah.
if I
If me and you
sometimes-
was cuddling, what would you be?
big spoon.
That
was too easy.
You alpha motherfucker.
No, I don't think you thought about the logistics of this, man. He's got a bubble butt.
Damn. I wouldn't be able to sleep. Poking that thing.
Jake, stop.
I quit it. I'm sleepy.
I've
I got a headache.
Yay.
There's no shame in being a little spoon, bro.
No, like I
No.
said, every once in a while it's okay.
I'm always a little spoon.
For me, I think it just
Unless
comes
it's the
down
dog.
to I always want to sleep on the side of the bed closest to the door. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
So
way
like
he can get
most
out if
men
there's
do.
a 16-year-old intruder.
Yeah, something like that. I don't know.
No, man.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
That way he can leave the room and leave Megan in there.
Excuse me, sir. Let me get by you.
She's in there.
Here's my loaded gun. Anyways, so that's on the right side of the bed for me, right? And I always sleep on my right side. So if the bed was on the opposite way, it would be the opposite way. Does that make sense?
Yeah, you.
So you're facing towards the door, you mean?
Well, the door is across from me, like on the right side of the room. So I'm like here, and there's the door.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. If it was the other way, I would be on my left side, I guess. I would be the big spoon.
We gotta have a compass. For
Would she
this,
be?
man.
Yeah. You're still on the side of the bed, right? She wouldn't be in front of you. You'd still be the little spoon. She'd be behind you.
Yeah, I would
Yeah.
be one of.
You're never cuddling. You're always being cuddled.
Megan's like, finally.
Yeah. The truth is out.
I just say, man, you fucked up big time 4 years ago. Whenever you told us about that 16-year-old kid that you thought was trying to punk you out,
I
remember?
thought you said fought. And I was
Yeah.
like, what? I didn't say that.
That wasn't even 4 years ago. That was like last.
No,
That
that
was
we
like
was
2
all
years.
on.
Oh, maybe
Probably.
2 years. It wasn't that
Probably.
long ago.
It feels like it was longer than that.
I think
Brad
he did.
remembers it
I don't
like
know.
it was yesterday.
It still cracks me up.
I'm still
man.
unsure whether he tried to punk me or not.
Well,
I don't know.
That
you
was
err on the
never.
side of caution and just say he did.
That was
just to
never
be
on the
safe.
podcast.
I don't want
by
to say
the
that
way.
because then I'll be mad at myself for like not being like, fuck you.
Yeah, you want to go into detail on that? Because no one knows what we're
That's
talking
true. They
about.
made jokes about it enough.
Fuck.
See if I remember. I was walking outside.
We're all here. Remember that. We are here.
We're here for him.
Yeah, we got you,
We're here
bro.
Oh,
for
I
you.
got
bro.
emotional
This is
support.
only man's.
Here's my 2-year chip. Fuck you. Walking out of work, and there's this like, I don't know, he was probably 16, somewhere around that age, 16 to 18, something like that. And walking with his girlfriend, I presume, or a girl. And I'm looking down at the ground as I'm leaving work, and I think that he like took a step at me, like flinched at me as he went by. I'm not sure to this day. I don't know if he did it.
That still pisses me off.
Yeah.
Someone being an asshole at random, if it did happen for absolutely no reason,
No,
he deserved to be decked.
I mean, I didn't see it. Like,
Yeah.
I saw his foot. I don't know if she pushed him, and like he like kind of stepped in front of me, or if he was like trying to like flex on me. It just blew my fucking mind.
What would you have done if you knew for sure he did it?
Oh, no.
Anything?
The fuck, dude?
I mean, you can't really knock out a 16-year-old, not go to
Yeah,
jail.
you can.
I mean, my first
there's
instinct is not going to
repercussions.
be to punch the guy, but I'm gonna be like, the fuck?
Hey,
what's your deal?
You hurt my feelings.
Yeah.
Don't
Think
do
about
that.
what you're doing.
Wow, bro, you're cool.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Really, yeah, good job, man. You're awesome.
I'm not gonna. My
And then he
pride
decks
isn't.
you.
My pride isn't big enough to go to jail over a possible like flinch at me.
Good for you,
Man.
man. I'm glad.
It wouldn't be my first instinct. If he's talked shit for like 5 minutes after that, maybe I punch him.
5 seconds.
Yeah, it depends on the mood. If I was in a bad mood and he flinched at me and I'd be like, and then he like called me an asshole or something, then my fist might hit.
So you had to just be woken up.
You know exactly how that situation can go. I mean, Brad could be like, dude, what the fuck? And then he turns around, yeah, what the fuck? And gets right in his face.
Yeah,
Boom.
then that turns into a fight.
Yeah,
My
that's
pride
it.
kicks in there.
Yep, that's it right
I got
there.
called out right there.
You would get in trouble for obviously punching him, but like if you were to spank him,
Oh, I think that's still assault.
I mean, the only way
I am being on the grounds of work. Like it's there where we work. I'm definitely fired.
What are you supposed to do in that situation? Like, if there's a fight escalating with someone younger than you, also,
Yeah, I don't know.
you can't just let them keep fucking.
I
with
feel
you.
like if they do something like that, you have to definitely go by. It was obvious they instigated it. It was obvious they hit you, and you defended yourself.
you didn't walk away. Why didn't you walk away? Why didn't you walk away?
I don't care who you. I don't care. I'll tell the judge. You're gonna
what?
get punched
I'll
in
go
the
to jail.
face. You're getting punched in the
pride.
face, and you're just gonna walk
There's that
away
pride.
and go tell mommy. I don't know.
I'll go
to jail for the weekend. No,
And have it on your permanent record. Never be able to buy guns.
It was
Assault-
an-
it's my first offense.
Is an assault a felony? Is a fight a felony?
I don't think
you
so.
It shouldn't be, but
I
if
don't
he's
think it is either.
underage,
Oh yeah,
That's true.
that's actually a good point.
Still first offense. I could get that off. I only get
Playing it
one.
through his head.
I only get one, so it better be damn worth it.
speaking of fights, I seen another brutal fucking fight the other day, and I've
Yeah.
been dying to talk about it. Did you see it? I
Did
don't-
you send it to the?
No, I didn't send it because you guys never watched it. I sent. So
I watched.
saved-
I watched.
Fuck it. I ain't doing it.
Jeremy, I'm there. I watch everything.
Oh well, I'll send
Unless
it to
Seth
him
sends
then.
it.
But
you guys really don't watch anything.
I don't
whatever.
really know obviously the context of it, but this group of people was beating the shit out of this dude, and he was on the ground knocked out, and somebody brought a fucking giant rock over and threw it on his head, man.
What
It
happened?
hit him, and his whole body like jumped up like that, and he died. It never showed like a close up of his head or nothing. It was like a security
Did it
camera.
look like it crushed his head?
You couldn't tell.
I'm glad you didn't send it. I don't think I want to see it.
You couldn't tell. Like it was like a security camera almost. It was
Like a
one fixed angle,
CCTV.
something like that. So it never got a really good look at his head. I didn't want to see his head after that. But after it hit his head and his body jumped up, I clicked out, man. I was like, that was rough.
I saw a little clip of this motorcycle. It was like a crotch rocket maybe, and he was about to get pulled over for a speeding ticket, and he was just flying, trying to get away, and the cop finally gave up. He was like, he's getting away. He's going like 100, and then like up ahead, he saw him wreck, and he pulled up, and it was like from his car, his patrol car. That bike was gone, and he was dead on spot.
You should have arrested him. Found his
I got him.
Found his hands and put him in handcuffs.
Oh Lord.
It's fucked.
Welcome to Jake's Mediocre Movie Minute.
God dang it, man! You gotta quit doing it.
Episode 19.
It's Jake's podcast. It's Jake's Minute
Oh,
too.
that's true.
It's
I don't
all
know-
Jake's.
I don't know
Everything's
why that
Jake's.
bugs you, man. I think it's funny.
That's probably why it does.
Yeah.
Claim the responsibility of the podcast, Master Jake.
It's ours.
Well, anyway, about the mediocre movie.
The
Well,
movie
maybe-
this week was Captain Fantastic.
Oh man, the title. I did not understand that at
It's
all.
supposed to be misleading.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's supposed to be
It
misleading.
did.
I think I
feel-
said that when we said it. I was like, it's nothing to do with like what the title sounds like.
I think that's going to steer people away from watching it.
Probably.
Anyway, sorry.
Basically, It's this guy who's raising his kids out in the wilderness, all like old style, like teaching them to hunt and homeschooling them, teaching them like classic art, stuff like that, and explores whether he's right or not. Essentially, is what the movie's about, without going into too much detail.
I gave it a 5.
She's like, fuck your movie.
I didn't think it was a bad movie. It wasn't anything I was interested in though. There's a couple of parts that kind of bothered me, specifically the middle child boy. I just hated him. Like I don't know if it was his acting or what, but he was just like over the top, and I was just
The one that like, betrayed his father.
yeah.
Henry Bowers,
Is that who?
the guy from It,
What? Are you talking about the older son?
the one that hurt his wrist at the beginning.
Yeah, that kid. He was off
Raelian?
of it.
I'm pretty sure.
Raelian? Was that his name? Raelian?
Yeah, Relian.
Yeah, something like that.
Fuckhead 1.
Yeah, he
I
was
guess
just
he'd been
over the
Fuckhead
top.
3.
So you just didn't like his acting?
I wish he wasn't in the movie.
Okay.
I wish he fell off that cliff.
He just had a different personality. Wow, we just fell off that cliff.
Got what he deserved.
Damn.
Damn.
But no, he was just being a prick, I thought. But not like I said, it could have been his acting. I didn't care.
Well, I think he was supposed to be being a prick. He was blaming his dad for their mom's death.
But he like ran up to his dad with the knife. He's like, "Fuck you!" And I was like, "Do it, do something." And he went and started like stabbing the cabinet. I was like, "What a fucking doofus!"
He's like preteen, just had his first dose of testosterone, pissed off at his daddy, stabbing shit.
Yeah, but he got his little wrist hurt on the cliff.
Dude, did you see that
Preteen.
fall?
That giant ass cliff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like to see your
yes,
ass climb
Jake.
that at your age.
You're like, hey, little pussy.
He shouldn't have slipped to begin with.
That was, didn't you hurt your wrist at one point?
Not like that.
Yeah,
I fell
he-
off.
Yeah, actually, you make a good point. He wore a fucking wrist brace for like months.
Hey,
that was like a year.
I still wear it from time to time. It aches. I think I got arthritis.
Well, you should quit jerking off.
Every time he come out of the bathroom, he put that thing on.
Yeah. Woo, hard work.
Damn, Vicky wore my hand out again.
All right. So, yeah, that was my rating. It's just, I don't know. I didn't really have any interest in it. It was just,
That cliff scene was probably one of my favorite scenes, to be honest, because of the way he got him to calm down, assess the situation, think about it. He's like, "There's no cavalry coming to save you." That was probably one of my favorite scenes. of the
Make
whole
it or
movie.
break it, bro.
Yeah, I mean, you got to do something, so figure it out.
I would have just pulled the knife out and cut myself off.
Fuck you, Dad. There's suicide. 5 minutes in. I want Jeremy's. I want to go this way.
Mine, what did you just say, Jake? You had no interest in it?
Mhm.
That was a very good assessment for me because I didn't finish it.
Oh,
really?
I got to the dinner scene and I was like, what the fuck? I don't know. I just didn't like it.
You should have at least finished
I
it.
tried.
You finished Stowaway. I thought this was better than Stowaway.
Yeah, I
What
fast
did you rate
forwarded through it.
Stowaway?
Huh?
What did you rate Stowaway?
I think a 4.
Okay, fair enough. As long as it was lower.
Like I said, this movie is 5. It's just, it's average. I have no real opinion on it.
I didn't like that he made him do the rock scene. Like I'm okay with them running up hills and stuff. I don't want the kids climbing up that giant ass cliff. That's dangerous, you know.
Child abuse level right there.
Yeah, pretty much. And making them sit out in the rain and they're shivering and shaking and shit.
Man, you missed. I mean, you didn't see them when they went and stole.
Yeah, I
Did
did.
you- did you
I
see
got
that
to the
part?
dinner
Okay.
scene.
All right. Well,
Where they
you-
were sitting with the grandparents, or they were sitting with his sis or
I
the
think
mom's sister.
Their mom's sister.
Yeah.
He was like, yeah, you called her a fucking bitch or
Yeah, that was awkward.
something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
He's like, no, I didn't. Yeah, you did.
I made it a little bit past that, and then I had to listen to the rest of it last night. And my original rating was probably going to be a 4.5 up until I listened to or watched/listened to the rest of the movie. I don't know, man. Like I told them, I'm trying to fight back tears. It was sad.
What was said?
Everything. It seemed like the dude's family completely just like turned on him
Mhm.
for one. And then he gives up his kids. His daughter falls off a fucking roof.
Before he gives up the kids.
And like the doctor sitting there telling him she was millimeters from death. So he
And it was
decided-
his fault because
Yeah.
he told her to climb up the roof to free Raelian or whatever because he was staying at the grandparents.
The other kid was staying at the grandparents, so they made Operation Free their brother or whatever. And it was just all that shit happened in that small amount of time. It was pretty crazy.
He should. I don't know how to word this right. He shouldn't have made her climb on the roof.
Mm-hmm.
And I get he's trying to be cool and raises kids differently and everything, but there are certain things you shouldn't let people do.
Well, that's what the movie investigates. Basically, is like he was on an extreme side of things, and then he was up against another extreme side of things, and trying to find the middle ground of it.
Find the middle ground, and don't let your kids have a fucking shrine dedicated to Pol Pot and worship Norm Chotsky.
Yeah,
And
I
all
think
those
that was
other people who are responsible for hundreds of millions of deaths.
I think that was a lot to do with because it was like a '60s vibe, like a hippie love kind of political atmosphere there that he was a part of. That's why he was on Noam Chomsky and stick it to the man.
I told Brad, I'm like, what happened? Like, what happened in this dude's life to push him towards that direction and then to take his kids out there and teach them all this? Which, I mean, it was extreme. Some of these things is just, it made sense to me, but yeah, like, I don't think he realized that his kids are missing out on other things, like the whole social aspect of anything.
Like when
He's forgetting completely that there's that's needed also. you
well,
know?
that like I said, the investigation into that, he was going completely one way of like, I'm going to do it completely outside of society. I'm going to make my kids, what do you call it? Like gods or
Oh yeah, I forgot.
philosopher kings, I think is what he said.
Ain't that what the wife said in a?
Yeah,
she
so-
said that in a letter too.
Yeah, something like that. That he's going to do it completely outside of that, and then everything that happens with like his son, the older one, meeting that girl at the campground, and then not understanding how to have a social interaction with a girl.
You saw that part, right? Oh my gosh.
Okay.
dude.
Well, he was walking into the post office, and those three walks out, and he was like me, like trying to talk to women.
Man,
Like you.
man, that was.
Uh-huh.
I guess you missed that part, but like he immediately falls head over heels for this chick. Like proposes to her like within 5 minutes.
He
man.
hangs out with her for
Was
like.
his
It
name
seems like.
Seth?
All right, listen. This guy was raised in society, believe it or not, but like, he was raised reading classical literature. That was what he thought. That's
Dude,
how it's supposed to be.
like-
You meet someone, you fall in love, you like that girl, you propose to her because that's the right way to go about it. And
Boy, oh boy, is
You-
he in for a fucking.
I know,
Oh,
I know.
Oh, wait.
I saw it and I thought, poor kid.
That
That's-
reminds me. All right. Well, first he proposes to the girl, right? The mother pops out, and like he immediately drops to his knee and says all kinds of shit, like all kinds of stuff.
Romantic.
Your
poem
daughter has
shit.
penetrated me, and I have penetrated her too.
Not
Well,
like
not
that,
like
yeah.
that.
Yeah. It's
Well,
like, but
unless she
when
wants
she's
me to.
ready, yeah, when she's ready, then I'm fine with it. and stuff.
Like fucking 1750. You know,
Okay.
that's the year he's in mentally.
I didn't give my rating. I'm gonna give it a 6. It was slightly above average. I enjoyed the end of it. I really liked it. But the very end of the movie, when his son's going off to college, because his son got accepted to all those
I've
colleges,
seen the
right?
letters, yeah.
Mhm.
All right, so when his son's going off to college or whatever, and he tells him that when he makes love to a woman, what's he say?
Fuck, I don't remember.
Be gentle
yeah.
and listen to her.
yeah.
What fucking woman wants you to be gentle?
Oh, come on.
Fuck them like whores, son.
You have to understand.
Yes, you got to
All right.
choke them.
Yeah,
Choke them.
yes.
Without going too in depth, let's
Treat
view this
them like
politically.
shit.
Okay, he was on the left wing, extremist side of things in the '60s. Okay, of course he said be gentle to him.
I mean, I like the advice he gave. Actually, I like that advice because that's the world I want to fucking live in. But
That's the fantasy.
That's
It
the
is.
fantasy world.
That is
I
the
want to
world I
live in the
wanna
Lord
live
of the Rings land. That's what I want to live in.
Was that a joke because he's Aragorn?
You know what? I actually, whenever his first scene, he was talking, I was like, man, I can't see him as anything but fucking Aragorn.
I know it's hard.
Where's your sword at, bro?
well, we saw it.
His
dick.
Yeah, he did.
Okay, I'm gonna have
He
to go
did.
back and rewatch it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Watching it.
That was the weirdest part. Is
I mean-
some of his the things he did like that.
Like nakedness was completely normal in their family. Like
Yeah, in front of your freaking
kids.
yeah
It's
6-year-old kids.
Yeah, it's weird. But a lot of your qualms with it would be answered if you watch the whole thing because
I don't know. I was bored, man.
I felt that way for the first half. I really did.
I wanted to say, by the way, that 6.5, but I feel like I'm cheating because it was my movie, so I'll bring it down to a 6. And I'll
6.
match you.
There we go. Jake's say something, Jake.
Oh, I've been listening. I was just thinking about
Better than Stowaway. Better than your fucking weirdo one.
what weirdo one.
You're the very first one.
The fart
Swiss
guy.
Army
Fucking
Man.
yeah, I'm
that
sorry.
movie's an 8.
I can't
tell you-
remember.
Go and
shit.
find it. It's
I'll
not on
tell you
Netflix
this:
anymore.
Stowaway and this movie were switched, I would have finished that movie and turned off Stowaway. It was two kind of boring movies in a row.
Yeah,
And nothing personal against you, Brad.
That's fine. I thought the concept of the movie was interesting. Like the idea that this dude would take his kids and raise them completely outside the bounds of society, and in many ways do a better job than the general public does.
That was
but
pretty
also
cool.
really fuck them up in interesting ways.
As soon as they see video games and shit,
Yeah.
they don't have to have them, but my God, do they want them?
We've talked about stuff like this before, like in Iraq, where they've got like kids like shooting people and stuff.
Mhm.
I mean, he's not doing that exactly, but you're taking away their childhood. You really are.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, he definitely
all
took
the-
away that.
They're warriors. That is what they are.
He took away that, but you can't argue with the results. That's like, in a way, like he was halfway 100% correct, and the other half was non-existent.
Your fondest memories is your childhood.
Yeah, and theirs is like eating their first deer's heart.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. You completely took that away.
We kind of glossed over the fact that the mom died.
Yeah, we did.
She died to that mental illness. She had like bipolar disorder or something.
And she fucking killed herself.
Yeah, that was part of it. That was why the real young kid was mad at him, because like part of the
She
reason
wanted to
they
leave.
moved out there was he thought that that would help her, and it actually just made it worse. And he was like, "You're not accepting that you contributed to her killing herself."
Do you remember the letter that she wrote her mother? She said that
Did
being
she-
that how happy she was out there and all that stuff. Like the first letter, she was real fucked up. The second letter, she's like, "Burn that first letter. I'm happy as shit out here. What we're building is great." Blah blah blah.
Are we sure she was bipolar? She might have just been a woman.
Well, all women are bipolar.
No matter how much fresh air you got, you can't change the fact you're a woman.
Well, you should have watched it, so I don't care to ruin it. I
No,
guess.
go ahead. Go
Yeah.
ahead.
But at the end of it, they wound up with some sort of middle ground, which is on a farm somewhere in the Midwest, I think,
Yeah.
where they're going to public school, but they still have that kind of outside of society lifestyle.
I'm okay with that.
They
Definitely.
dig the mother up and cremate her like her wishes was, and then they flush her down the fucking toilet too.
Flush her down.
That
the
was
toilet.
her
That
wish.
was
will.
her wish in her will.
Nearest toilet.
Yeah, she wanted to be taken to a public place and flushed down the toilet.
Why?
That was her will.
Fuck the man. Fuck all the ideas of what you're supposed to do.
That I don't know. When he was standing up there in the church, you know, he said, "If that's not humor for you," as in that was a joke. I'm not sure if she was actually serious about the flush her down the toilet part, but
Well,
they
I
did
think
it
it was
anyway.
supposed to be funny, as in like this is what she thought. She thought, "Fuck all of you." Like,
Yeah, she was a Buddhist and she was in that church. Man, that made her daddy mad.
yeah, it did. Like, I mean, like her dad had a point too, you know, like about like them, like it kind of being child abuse that he had the kids out like that, living like that. The kid hurt his wrist, fucking climbing a mountain, you know, like shit like that. He had a point. It's just that,
I see both sides.
yeah, both sides. That's the
Yeah.
problem. Is like you can't
Yeah.
argue. You can't argue with either.
I mean, are you gonna call CPS on them?
He could have.
Are you?
No,
Me either.
no.
Me either.
Another thing I was surprised about was the fact that he told his kids that the mom had died, because usually in movies it's like a cliche to be like, I'm not going to tell them for months.
Dude, he
He was
didn't spare
open-
shit.
No, he walked in there, mommy's dead.
Was it like his like 6-year-old asked about sex or something? And he
Yes.
was rape. Yeah, rape. And he
It
was like
started with a rape,
completely detailed in how he explained it. Which, I mean, props, but weird also.
I'd have been like, hey, that's adult stuff. Don't worry about
Dude,
it.
I cringed so many times during this movie. Stuff like that. I'm like, oh, he's gonna fucking tell him. And then when he said, "Your mommy's dead," she slit her wrist. I'm just like, damn, man. Sugarcoated a little bit.
No tact.
Well, I mean, these are fictional characters we're talking about, but to the kids' credit, they took it good.
Well, they had each other at least.
I thought it was interesting. Obviously, he raised, these people that were okay with doing criminal things, like going into a store and stealing shit.
Did you hear how he worded it? Operation Free the Food.
Yeah,
Yeah.
as in, did he not describe it as basically like that's ours anyways? Like
I don't remember that, but he was like,
Yeah, I'm
this-
not sure about that one.
they were trying to word it like they did something good.
when
Yeah.
they were in
like
that
taking
restaurant.
money from the government kind of thing. Like
They were in that restaurant, and those kids were so happy. I want a hot dog. I want a hamburger. Can I get a stack
Milkshake.
of
What's a
pancakes?
milkshake?
Yeah. Man, they were excited as shit for that. He's like, you know what? This ain't food. Fuck this.
Oh God, you guys are getting a view of society. We got to get out here, back to the woods.
That's it. I mean, we said it. Both sides had a point. He was 100% correct on half of it, and then the other half was non-existent for him.
Kind of like the book that one of the oldest daughters was reading. Do you remember that part?
What was the book?
She was reading a book on the front of that bus or whatever. I don't remember what it was, but it was from the perspective of an older man. I'm guessing 50, the way she describes, who was with a 12-year-old, and it was from his perspective. And she's like, "Oh, the love that he had for her, it was just awesome, but he was fucking raping her." So she's like, it makes you feel sorry for him in his way. But anyway, that's kind of what the movie went through towards me. Or to me.
The only thing that Dad did in the movie that actually made me kind of mad was when the son was like, yeah, and gave him the letters, and he's like, I got accepted all of them. And he goes, oh, that's cool. Thanks for going behind my back, you fucking prick. And I was like, whoa. And he's like, how long you been doing this for? I don't know whether to be impressed by this or the fact that you snuck it this whole time, just like being a dick. And then he's like, Mom, help me. And I was like, yeah, get shit on.
Yeah, the Santa Claus one I thought was like, I don't even know who the fuck that guy was they were celebrating.
Noam
that guy's
Chomsky.
that birthday.
The leftist progressive from back then.
Well, I mean, that kid's like, we're all fucking freaks. Like, why ain't we celebrating Santa Claus like everybody else? He's like, well, it's a fictional elf. He made sense. He's like, you got an argument? You want to, try and persuade us? Go ahead.
I didn't have a problem with that.
That
It's kind
is
of
a
unfair
good way
against
to
the
do
kid,
it.
but yeah.
Yeah, it's very much unfair against that kid. He's like, that's it.
This kid had no real concept of what celebrating Christmas was, so it wasn't like he could give an argument.
I know, and how can you? Like, oh, please tell us about worshiping the fictional elf.
I think the only negative aspect to the way they were living was the social interactions. They didn't have anyone but the family, so it's kind of hard to form relationships outside of that.
Yeah, I think the social interactions, and I mean, not that his training was too bad, but like the climbing the mountains and shit, he took it a step too far. I
If
think.
not two.
Yeah. But most of it didn't bother me a bit.
I was impressed by how he was giving homework. Like, he was fucking teaching 6 kids 6 different things all the time. He's like essays.
He's
and
already
reports.
smart too.
Yeah, but he was like, yeah, this is due this time, like keeping up with it. He was a good teacher.
What, he ain't got a fucking job. What else is he supposed to do, Jake?
I don't know, but
Of course, this is the shit he's
They
gonna
were
keep up
making
with.
shit and
Yeah, I
selling
was
it
just
at the beginning,
impressed. I
weren't
saw
they?
that.
Yeah.
if I was out in the woods, I'm like, we don't know anything. We just kill stuff. Go to bed.
It's hot. Bugs are biting me. I miss my
God,
PlayStation.
man, fuck the bugs. I,
mean,
hate summer.
I can't remember, but didn't at the beginning, didn't the son kill that deer with like a knife?
Yes.
Slit his
Yeah.
throat.
And I could not tell whether that was a boy or a girl, so I kept calling it boy girl the entire time. I'm not
course you
kidding.
Childish insults. That's immediately what he resorts to.
It looked like a fucking girl at first. I'm like, what is this
He
thing?
had long hair covered in mud.
Yeah.
But-
So I'm like, what is it?
I'm just saying, hey, can you kill a deer with a fucking knife?
No, but I've heard of people that have. So pretty much yes.
Oh yeah, was it the same guy who carried like 50 people in the war that nobody ever heard of?
Hell yeah.
Jake's like, I got nothing to talk about this movie that I didn't like.
This motherfucker better have plenty of shit to talk about after
I
the movie
don't.
segment.
Okay. So our next movie is going to be called Felon. It is rated R, and it was made in 2008. It's called, the description is, after killing a burglar while trying to protect his family, regular guy Wade is convicted of involuntary manslaughter and thrown into prison. It is starring Stephen Dorff, a bunch of people that ain't nobody knows.
Stephen Dorff, Val Kilmer.
Yep.
Did you just
That's
say
it.
nobody knows Val Kilmer?
I don't know him.
If you've never watched Tombstone,
No, I have not.
he was
Batman.
Doc Holliday, man.
Let's
I'll
see,
be your
it's an hour and-
Huckleberry. You don't
Seth
know that
don't-
phrase?
Seth
I
don't
have
know
no clue what
movies.
you're talking
Oh my
about.
god.
No clue. Anyway, it's a damn good movie, and I can't wait for you guys to watch it. Good shit.
I can't believe you don't know that.
Harold Perrineau, the black guy from Lost.
Look at Whisper's eyes.
Whisper.
Beauty.
Damn it.
She is getting fat, huh?
Oh my
Yes.
gosh.
She
Oh
is
my
getting
gosh.
fat. How about you say something? You ain't talked. The only thing you told us your gay pirate story, and you got shit on for that.
Look at
What
him.
else? Yeah,
Intimidated.
The good book.
I don't know what it is, but he just all
You're
night
just
long.
sitting there, man.
I'm just picking out the weakest one. I'm sorry it happens to be you.
He's like, God damn, him in that Hawaiian shirt. I don't know what to do.
Did you put that on specifically to come over here?
No, I
You
wore it
wore
last
that
night.
night.
Last night, yeah.
I'm gonna get me one too.
I like them, man.
That's what we should do. We should all get the same Hawaiian shirt. Show up to work.
Yeah.
We all still ain't showed up with podcast shirts at the same time.
Oh, I never even thought about that.
Yeah, never did
You
that.
guys know what the fucking podcast is. Why I need to show you.
You're not. You're showing everybody else. I am glad that when you went on your vacation, you wore the shirt.
Mhm.
Like, it seemed like you did everywhere.
Yeah,
I got pictures.
I brought both of them.
Did you?
Yeah,
Did you wear the other one too?
You get
So-
slap happy.
Check out our Facebook. Check out the TikTok. Jake's making fucking videos left and right.
yeah.
Somebody's on top of this podcast.
No, not me, man.
No, it's you, dude.
Nah.
You're putting us.
Jake's
places.
our marketing consultant. He doesn't like contribute to this talking.
Yeah.
He doesn't contribute to the talking. My point is, let's see.
Wait.
It's
my
like you're in
point is-
fucking Miami. My point is, that's the next meme. That's the next meme.
My point. There it is.
There it is. I condone it. That could be.
Alphas.
I swear, my point is, we need to wrap this podcast up.
Oh, we need to wrap this podcast.
You know what, dude? He don't speak because we can't hear to tell him he can.
I'm speaking. It's just you are fucking loud.
Will this help, Jake?
No. If anything, that's scary. Don't stand like that.
Don't give him PTSD.
Oh. Well.
Social medias again.
Social medias. Yeah, gotta plug that better because Brad was talking.
Message us, hit us up. End of the podcast.
Yeah, dude.
Thank you guys for listening.
Do
We
some
are
of
no
that.
longer live.
Oh, we was recording during that?
Yeah.
I didn't know that was live. I thought we was practicing.